Hello guys, think you are live. So this is just a random live session. It's been a while we had the live session and I actually do miss it. So I just decided to randomly go live today and hang out with you guys and get to answer your questions. So if you join the live and you can hear me, please leave a comment. Um, so this was not planned actually. So yeah, let's see. So, so this is not a planned live session. So I need to be sure you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, please leave a comment that you can hear me. I want to be sure. If you can hear me, please leave a comment. It's been a while. So past few weeks has been crazy in the market, in the Nigerian stock market precisely. Tell me that you say which investment, please. Tell me that your okay, Elizabeth she can hear me. Okay. So I mean, let me just share this so more people can join. It's been a while we had a live session and I just decided to randomly go live. So just first of all, let's make this more interactive. If you can hear me, leave a comment. Elizabeth has confirmed that she can hear me. If you can hear me, leave a comment. I'm going to be dropping a link that you can use to join me here live and get to ask me your questions. It's been a while we held this live session. Usually we hold this investment hangouts every new month, usually in the night hours. But I don't think that'll be possible today. So I just decided to randomly go live. So if you can hear me, leave a comment that you can hear me while we jump into discussing about the market, the opportunities I'm seeing. I get to answer your questions and share with you what I'm currently working on and all that stuff. So please, guys, leave a comment if you can hear me. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like this video so more people can get to see this video. Okay, Temidayo says he can hear me. So Temidayo, okay, Benedict, yeah, awesome. Please keep on leaving your comments so I'll be sure everybody can hear me. And another thing I would love to do is to know where most of my audience are located. I mean, so I also love to know which is it Lagos people that I have more on the channel? Is it European people? So I also love to know your location, and then I'm going to be dropping a link that you can use to join me here live and ask your question. The beautiful thing about this live session is you can get to join me here live and get to ask me your questions, and it's much more interactive. So I'm going to be dropping the link um very soon. So just give me a second, guys. It's been a while. Okay. So I'm dropping a link right now. Okay, Joy says is from Port Harcourt. Oh wow. Mohammed from Lagos. Amazing. So we have Ogun State, you have Lagos, you have Port Harcourt. So it's a draw. It's a draw. If I say another Lagos, it's Lagos that is leading. So I'm dropping a link right now that you can use to join me live and ask your questions. Um, Sharon says she's from Ogun State. Tell me that each investment part, hearing you loud and clear, watching you from Lagos. Okay, Lagos, Rachel, Lagos, and Port Harcourt. Okay, David, it's good to have you on the live session. So I just dropped a link that you can use to join me here live and get to ask me your question. Tell me that I don't really understand your question. You say which investment part? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by which investment part? So we have more of Lagos people and Port Harcourt people here on the live session. I want to share this video now to my community so they can join as well. Wanko Charles. Okay, it's good to have you here, Wanko Charles. So the market has been crazy. But one of the stocks that I'm very, very happy about is Aradel. I've been holding Aradel for quite some time now, and Aradel has literally made me some good money. Aradel has literally made me some good money. I think that stock has the potential to hit 1,000 naira. It might not be this year, but I think Aradel is a very solid stock that could hit 1K. Another stock that have really printed cash for another stock that I've literally printed cash for some of the members of my community here on YouTube is Charms. If you go through the channel, you see that few months ago, I talked about two stocks that are likely to do well. That's Charms and NEM Insurance. NEM Insurance has not really done quite well, even though it's a very solid company. Most of the investors in that stock have literally taken their profit, and some of us that entered around that time, we are here to take our own profit, but we entered at the right time, and I think there is very every possibility that the stock is going to go up, especially when the whole recapitalization stuff around the insurance sector starts to die down a little bit. But Champs has really done well. Like Champs has really printed money for some of you guys. If you have made money for Champs, I'd love to see your comment too, because some of you are making money from my stock picks and you guys are not showing me love. There's only a few people that actually show appreciation, and it helps to keep the gospel going forward. So I'd love to know. I still want to know where you guys are from. Some people have told me their location: Port Harcourt, Lagos, Ogun State. Those are only the three states I've seen so far. Drop a comment on which state you are watching this video from. I would really love to know the location of some of you guys. I'll be moving to Lagos very soon, and I'm looking forward to start holding live community hangouts instead of this virtual one. We get to meet, sit down, and talk investment ideas and how we can make money from the market and opportunities you are seeing. So drop a comment of your location. I'll be moving to Lagos very soon, so you guys are going to be seeing me more often, if you're residing in Lagos. So I'm losing money in Charms. So Sharon says she's losing money in Charms. So Sharon, at what price did you enter? Because when I made the video on Charms, when I made a video on Charms was around, I think around 2 naira or 3 naira thereabout, and it's when people really made money from Charms. So it seems like you entered at the top, and that's one mistake many investors make. They enter at the top when the hype have died down, and people use them to take profits, and it's very, very wrong. You need to understand, the act of entering at the right time. Now, you're losing money in Charms does not mean you're not going to make money, because Charms is a very solid stock, and I know that the current price, even though they are yet to start most of their, because they are pivoting, they are changing their business model, and even though that is yet to pay off, you just have to now be patient for the investment they are currently making to start yielding result for you to really cash out. Because one thing you need to understand, Sharon, is that in this game of investing, especially if you're holding solid companies, you don't really lose money unless you sell, unless you exit your position. So that's when you lose money. So if you're holding, you don't lose. And if you're holding a very solid company, when the stock is going down, the best thing you can do is to keep on buying more of that stock, right? So like I said, you don't lose money in a good stock unless you exit your position. So we have okay. Benedict says it's from Ibadan. Amazing. We have guys from Ibadan. We have Adebisi. Adebisi is from Ogun State. And then Abuja people. It's good to see you, Mr. Salisu Mahmuda. It's good to see you. Paulinus Obina from Canada. Amazing. It's good to know that those outside the country are actually interested in the market. It's amazing. So, who is actually invested in Charms aside from Sharon? Sharon says she's losing money. Adebayo from Ibadan. Good to have you, Adebayo. Please keep on dropping your location. Which stocks are you holding in your portfolio? Let me know in the comment section. Which stocks are you holding in your portfolio? If you love to join me here live, there is a link that is highlighted there that you can use to join me live and ask your questions, or you get to discuss the markets, right? So which stock are you holding? Which stocks do you want me to talk about? Leave a comment and let's discuss, guys. So which stock are you guys holding? Which stocks are you guys holding? So give me a second. I'm just trying to share this to my community, guys. Is it official that the trading time has been changed? Midas Baba, I am yet to see that. I'm yet to actually be aware of any change from 3:30 p.m. To 10 from 3:30, or I don't really understand your question, Midas. Okay, have Adebisi trying to join live here. Adebisi, give me a second. I'm going to let you in. So if you like to join the live, you can there's a link highlighted on your screen that you can use to join. So let me let Adebisi on stage right now. Adebisi, are you there? I can't hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Adebisi. How are you doing now?
Fine, thank you.
Your your voice is your audio quality is a little bit down. So I don't know. Can you see if you can talk louder or something? Okay, Rachel says she made money from
Good
Charms.
afternoon.
You're not audible. I can't really hear you. I don't know. Adebisi. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
just say,
can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. It's a little bit manageable. Can you guys hear Adebisi, please? Before you go ahead, can you guys hear Adebisi? If you can hear him, let me know in the comment section. So I'll be sure that it's not just from my end. Um, what is the future of Total with the coming on board of Dangote Refinery? Okay, Adebisi, go please go ahead. Let me try my best to hear you. I'm not with my earpiece, so Adebisi.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good
Yeah,
afternoon. How are you doing?
fine. Thank you.
Yeah. So, do you have any question, Adebisi? How are you? How has your journey been? Eh? I can't
Well,
really.
I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I just come across. I've been watching your video
Yeah.
all this your YouTube. I watch on YouTube, so I'm
Okay.
a newbie, so I
Oh,
don't really
okay.
know where to start. Then after maybe 3 years ago,
Yeah.
around this Ponzi scheme, I have this mindset of investment,
Yeah.
investing money, but I don't know where to go. Actually, I was after I finished from my technical school,
Yeah.
I was planning to go further on my education, but unfortunately, things doesn't work that
Yeah.
way then. So then I was opportune to be a driver, a private driver,
Oh, okay.
which I earned 50,000. So from there, he advised me, I did see, why don't you think what can you invest your money into? It was my boss that was encouraging me that why did you look forward in something you can invest your money into?
Yeah.
Then I said, "Sir, I don't know unless you put me through." And he led me to this Stanbic money mutual fund. That was the only thing. From there,
Yeah.
my eyes began to open and saw videos. In fact, until I get here, I was watching. I know one day I'll be able to have a talk with you after today as I'm speaking. So, in terms of stock, I'm a newbie, but I've been watching your video lately, but I will look forward to know how to go into it. Thank you.
Okay. So it's good to hear your story and journey so far, WC. I mean, the truth is that life is a process and you are doing amazing, taking your own future by your hands, right? Well, in terms of your investment journey, how has it been so far? When exactly did you start, making investment? Do you have any stock in your portfolio? And how has the journey been so far?
No, I haven't started anything. So the only investment I have and I introduced me into was this mutual fund investment on Standard IBTC. That has been the only one. So I'm only trying to before you go into something, you try to make a due diligence to what you want to go into. So that has been my little bit tricky stuff. So I know with you, I think I'll be able to start something, investing in stock and all that. Hello? I can't hear you again. Hello, sir, Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, I can't hear you again. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Mr. Mike?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you, sir.
So I was asking,
I can
like,
hear
what
you,
you're
sir.
saying is okay. What I'm saying is, so what you're trying to say is that you're still doing your due diligence to try to understand how the markets work, so you can know how you can enter the market. Is that what you're saying? I mean, add data on stage.
Yes, no, what I meant was that was it's only the mutual fund
Okay,
stock
mutual
I've
funds.
been
You're
on,
still doing mutual funds.
like I invest into. So I'm
Okay, I mean,
trying to get,
I want to
yes,
ask you,
money market, this Standard money market fund.
let me see. Can you hear me? I would love to ask you. You're young, right? You're not like old. You're young.
Yes,
So if
I'm
you're
28
young,
now.
Yeah, you're young now. I mean, you're not old. I mean, what I would say is this: money market funds are not like are not bad investment. Like they are very safe investments, right? And their returns are not bad. But I would say since you're young, my brother, I would advise and encourage you to take stocks more seriously. Start looking for stocks that you can invest in that if you hold them to for a very long time, they'll likely pay off. I'm talking about the likes of Charms. These are stocks or companies that are pivoting and trying to change their business model. I'm talking about the likes of Ella Lakes. Ella Lakes is not yet making profit, but I know that you're young and your risk appetite is solid, right? So these are stocks that when you're old and the price actually appreciates, you're going to see a good upside, right? So while you're doing mutual funds and money market funds, I would encourage you to look for stocks in the markets that as you get older and the Nigerian because the Nigeria is not going to be bad forever. Things will get better. And when things start getting better, most of these companies, their stocks will start doing better. So you need to look for companies that you are willing to hold for a very long time. And I will encourage you to, as you're making money driving and putting in money market fund or mutual funds, be doing your dollar cost averaging. Even when those stocks are down in price, I will encourage you to be buying them because that's opportunity, right? So that's my advice for you. And one of the steps you need to take is to like open a brokerage account, a stock brokerage account. So that's when you open a stock brokerage account, you can now start making use of them to invest in stocks. And one of the things I encourage people to do is to have multiple, just like you have multiple bank accounts. I would say you should have multiple stock brokerage accounts so that one stock brokerage account can be for trading. Another stock brokerage account can be for your investments, right? So, for example, now let's use your bank account. You can use UBA for your spending, and then you can use let me say Zenith Bank for your savings, right? So any money in your UBA bank is for day-to-day activity, and then any money in your Zenith Bank is for your long-term savings. So when it comes to stocks, you can also have the same strategy. You have the stocks you're holding for short term, and then you have the stocks you're holding for a long term, right? And those are the Ella leagues, all these stocks that they are risky, but if they pay off, they pay you very well, right? So that's one of the things I'll encourage you. Even the likes of Aradel. Aradel is a very solid company that I think could trade in the thousands of naira, especially if they don't do a stock split. So these are the kind of companies you want to hold and they pay dividends. These are solid companies. Another one is even VFD Group. VFD Group has not been doing well in terms of capital appreciation, but this is a stock that I know on the long run, if you hold on to it, it's going to do well, right? Those are the kind of companies that young people should, start holding. And again, the CEO, the management, they are young people. They are not like old, and they know what they are doing. Those are the kind of companies you want to have in your portfolio and hold as a young person while you're doing your money market fund and mutual fund for safe investment. Do you understand? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm not really hearing you that much. My earpiece,
Yes, sir.
my
Yes,
headset is not
sir.
really good. But okay, you heard what I said, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
let me have
Yes, yes, I did. I hear what you
okay,
said.
awesome. So do you have any other questions? We have other people that are here. I don't know. We have another person that might want to have questions. So yeah. Okay, Paulinus,
I'm
can you
fine.
guys give me
I'm fine.
please can you give me a
I'm
second? Let me
fine.
get
So
my
I think
earpiece
this is
to my
a start for
headset.
me to. So
Just give me a second, please. Give me a second. I'm coming.
okay.
Okay. I think this will be much better. I've gotten my earpiece. Okay, perfect. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So, uh, Paulinus, are you there?
Yeah,
Okay, good to have you on this call. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I
Um,
just searching the internet when I come across your. I don't know if it's in YouTube or
yeah.
not either TikTok or something like that on Facebook. So I just
Okay.
decided to follow you up.
Yeah.
Although before then I bought a share
Okay.
for my kids when I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
this. So, but
Yeah.
the person I bought the share from,
Yeah.
she's working in FCMB.
Okay.
I have been calling her, give me update for this share. I know that
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be getting dividend or even email or anything from the share. But he told me that I should calm down. I said, okay. But since I got contact with you, I call her say, please. No, I didn't even
Yeah.
tell her anything. I just searched for the broker name.
Yeah.
Then I send them email that I
Yeah.
bought share for my kids. And they tell me that they don't have such
Your
name in
record.
the portfolio. Yeah.
Oh.
And the share I
Okay.
bought is not, I think so, three of them is more than, I think one is 7,500
Oh,
share for
wow.
one person.
Which
So
which bank? You say Eco Bank.
no FCMB when they are selling
FCM.
7.5.
Oh, wow. 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 That's
So
crazy.
then I get in contact with the customer care. They say I just sent her the response they gave me. She said what? Then I tell her to follow you up. Though that's
Yeah.
what make me to come back to share because for me
Yeah.
I don't really invest in so. But now I think I opened a bamboo account and
Yeah.
I started investing on my own because I used to invest for my kids. I just said, okay,
Yeah.
let me just invest for them for their future before they turn 18. They
Yeah.
can grab the one in Nigeria and the one here in Canada.
Yeah.
I'll put
Yeah.
them through. So, but
So that's fine.
since I
Yeah.
come in contact with Abin, even this morning now, because here is 7:30 or 7:30
Yeah.
something in the
Yeah.
morning. I plan to buy MTN again, top up my
Yeah.
MTN and UBA.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of one other share to buy. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if I buy card, the Cadbury or something.
Cadbury.
Yeah,
I
Cadbury.
mean, what I would say is this. What I would say is this. When, for example, now, thank God you already have a plan of, okay, I'm buying it for my kids, and now you're saying for yourself, which is fine. But what one thing I want to ask you is now, these stocks you're buying, are you buying them because you want to hold for the short term, and when their price appreciates, you sell them, or are you buying them that, okay, these are the stocks that I'm buying, so that if my children get of age and the stores can literally maybe fund whatever they want to do when it's time for them to maybe go to the university or something like. What's the goal? What goal do you have in mind?
For those my kids, is for long-term investment.
Okay, okay. So since your kids' own is for long-term investment, right? Then it means that, for example, you have MTN, which is a solid stock, and they pay dividends, even though they did not pay in the last 2 years, and they recently declared that they're still paying dividends, right? So MTN is a solid stock that definitely you want to hold on to and keep for your children, right? And we have the likes of Aradel. But another thing I would encourage you is to diversify. You should not put everything into one basket, right? So you have the likes of Aradel. I would have said Dangote Cement, but the truth is that on the short run, Dangote Cement is not a stock that you can quickly offload if you want to sell because there's what they call liquidity issues. I don't know if you've heard about that before. So, but if it's for the long term, Dangote Cement is a stock that I would say you should hold. They pay dividends and then there is still an upside for them, right? So I would just say that when you're looking to invest for the long run, especially for your children, I would say that you should not like don't let your portfolio not be concentrated. Let it be maybe say four different stocks or five stocks that pay dividends and have the potential to still go up in price. And I would say Aradel, Dangote Cement, MTN, which other stock again? I would like to say VFD, but VFD is risky. But since it's for your children, I will still say VFD Group, and then you have Charms. Now, these two ones I mentioned now, these are still smaller companies, but there is huge upside. VFD Group pays dividends, especially during the years when they do well. Some years they don't pay when they don't do well, but the person running VFD is kind of young, and there's huge potential for them. Then for Charms is a company that like they have been in the market for a very long time. That they are trying to change their business model, and I think that if it pays off, that there's going to be huge upside, especially since the stocks is for your children. And again, if you're still less if you're not, if you're not really the kind of scared person, I would say you should add a little bit of Ella leaves, right? So these are the stocks that I would say you should consider holding in the portfolio for the long run. And then if it's for the short term, that's when you now start looking out to do your own research, or maybe following any stock I call on the short term to buy and hold. And then when it does well, you sell it off and take your profits. So that's what I would say.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So one other mistake you're making, which I think you're correcting, is your how you do your investments. So, like you said that you called them at, okay, you said that you called them at FCM. I don't, you say you called the banker or something and they helped you to buy the stock. So that is not bad, but you need to understand that sometimes it can be difficult for you to track. So one of the things you can do is you said you already opened an account with Bamboo, which is good. But even if you're in the US or in Canada, whatever country you are in, you can actually open a stock brokerage account as a Nigerian citizen here in Nigeria. So all you have to do is to contact the stockbroker. One of the stockbroker usually recommend for those out of the country is the stockbroker usually recommend for those out of the country is Cardinal Stones or Mary Stem. So those are two stockbrokers that their customer service is solid, and they'll be able to help you. Like they are very solid. Most of my clients that are out of the country, those are the stockbrokers that they use. And I've not really had any bad or negative reviews about them.
Yeah, I think the FCMB is partnering with the Cardinal Stone. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
the
So
people that I see.
have you opened an account with Cardinal Stone? Do you have an account with Cardinal Stone?
No, I don't think.
So I will encourage you to open an account with Cardinal Stone. You can open an account with
Okay,
Cardinal Stone. Yeah.
okay. I sent you a direct message on Instagram. Username
When?
is Instagram. Earlier
Okay.
before you arrived school. My username is
Oh wow.
Oforio101. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
I'll
think
I
I
will, I
can
will
communicate
respond.
with you.
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure.
you
I
guide me on how
yeah,
to open Cardinal
sure,
Stone.
sure.
I just then another question is this my kids stock.
Yeah,
Is there any way I
yeah,
can after because I know they are going to ratify the issue. So if they
yeah.
ratify it, is there any way I can be tracking it by myself, like I get them an app like Chaka or Bamboo
So those things are like that's one of the problems in Nigeria. So if you sort it out, you can literally track the stock with your broker. But I'm still trying to not share what we are working on, but I'm working on a tool. Let me just see if I can do a little bit of a demo of the tool so you can see this is a tool we are working on. We are still building because tracking your portfolio as a Nigerian, as an African, can be quite difficult. Let me see if I can share my screen. Sorry. Let me see if I can share my screen. Give me a second. I want to just show you what we are working on. So maybe you can just join the wait list. But give me a second. Mm. Sorry, I'm taking some time. I'm
No,
just
no,
trying
no,
to set it up.
there's no problem.
Okay. Okay. Where is this? Okay. Oops. Okay. So let me just share my screen now. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. So one of the problems we have in Nigeria is tracking your portfolio. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So we are working on this tool called Afrimetrics. So what the tool will do is to help you like track your portfolio. For example, now let me say let me say you invested in, okay, let me just use this stock. Let's just say this, you see this sticker here, TSLA. Can you see it?
Yes.
So let's assume this is Dangote Cement. Let's assume this is Aradel. Let's just assume these are different stocks. So what this tool will do for you is it will help you know the total value, the total like what you have in your overall portfolio. Then it now divide it into different segments. So you know what percentage of Dangote cement you have in your portfolio. You know the different segments. It just gives you you know insight into your portfolio and help you track it on a day-to-day basis. Then you get to see your returns, and then you get to know the estimated dividends your portfolio will likely yield you for the year or for the month. Do you understand? So, like, I don't think there's any tool that is doing that now in Nigeria. So it's something we are still working on, right? So for this question, it's because of the question you asked. Now that's why let me bring it up. So the name of the tool is, if you go to this website, afrimetrics.com, it's not yet live. Like, this is just like a wait list. You can join the wait list. So you just put in your details, and when the tool goes live, you're going to be one of the first people to get notified. And the tool, again, one of the beautiful thing about this tool is that um you'll be able to, if you're, let me say, because one of the biggest questions people ask me is, how can I research, how can I find, know which stock to buy and all that stuff. So this tool is going to be able to solve that problem for you as well. So the tool would, let me just do a brief demo again. Okay, so let me use this company. So let me say you want to understand how VFD Group is performing, right? So this tool will give you an understanding into, you know, their market capitalization, the dividends, like their dividend yield, whether their revenue is growing, like the different details you need to know if it's a stock that you want to buy or not, right? But the tool is not yet live, so you can join the wait list. But I think around December, that's when I'm going to like do like a live presentation of the tool once we are live, and then you can now start making use of the tool. But that's what we intend to use to solve that problem you mentioned. So did you understand? Did you see the presentation? I want to be sure if you understand.
Yes, I got it. I got the screenshot of the screen, so I will try to
Yeah.
register it.
Yeah. So okay, no problem. The website link is afrimetrics.com. Afrimetrics.com. So let me just put it on the chat. So it's afrimetrics.com just in case. But yeah, but for now, the only way you can track your portfolio is from the stockbroker. And sometimes it cannot be, it's not visually appealing. It's not visually appealing. So that's a problem we are trying to fix over here. So yeah. So do you have any other questions again?
No, 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 no. For now, no. I'm okay.
Okay, 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 no problem. It's fine. You're welcome. So at DBC, are you still there? If you have any question, guys, there's a link you can use to join. I'm going to be sharing the link again that you can use to join to ask your questions live. At DBC, if you have any questions, you can ask. I'm also going to be going through some questions in the comment section. Um, so
Okay, I appreciate it.
what did you say?
Yeah, I appreciate this opportunity. Anyway,
Yeah,
like I said, I'm a newbie, but I think I would love
yeah,
to start this journey. I would
yeah,
love to. So maybe is there
yeah.
a group or
Okay,
like a
so
tutorial stuff I can join?
okay, I mean, I don't really promote my course, but I have a course and I have a group for people that purchase the course, but it's not something I push that much. But one thing I'll say is, again, is I'm looking
Okay,
at creating a community in December, but it's going to be people that specifically subscribe for the
alright,
tool, for that tool I just presented now. So the goal of the community is to be able to have a community of people that we can make investments from next year together. So basically, we are going to be able to have live sessions, calls, and basically be able to see how we can grow our portfolio together from next year. But I want to create that community around December, specifically for people that subscribe to that too. So give me a second, please. So that's just it. Yeah. But yeah, I have yeah, I have I have I have a community of people that purchase my course actually, but it's not something I push off. Sorry. Sorry. Give me a second. Yeah. So is there another question? So we have Victoria that wants to join. I'm going to be adding her on stage. Hello, Victoria.
Hi, Micah.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How is your day going?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for all you do.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate
All
how you
right.
doing. Yeah. If you have any questions, please do ask.
Yeah. please, I don't know. Is I missed Aradel at the initial stage, so I was wondering if I could stock up more on Aradel. So I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, I'll say you should buy. Let me check the current price. Around there. First of all, what's your purpose of buying? Are you looking for short-term gain or are you looking for long-term? Let me know so I'll know what the best way to advise.
Is long term, but I don't know if it's going to go like if it's going
When you say
to
yeah, so let me comment. When you say long-term, what's long-term? Can you be specific so I'll know?
long
Because for
term for
me,
me.
yeah,
1 year.
yeah, in the next 1 year, I think Aradel could hit 1K in the next 1 year, especially because
Okay,
of especially because of what's going on in the oil and gas sector. We see a few days ago, I think that there's a new tax on those that are importing, and Aradel they are like
okay,
they're a fully integrated company, and I think that if that tax they are trying to tax those that import petroleum, if it truly holds, I think the Aradel stands an opportunity to benefit from it because of they are integrated, they operate across the downstream, upstream, and all that stuff. So I think they'll benefit from it, and I think the oil and gas sector is going to really do well if that tax holds. So for me, I would say long term, 1 year, it could hit 1K, but I'll still say you should be patient because what I'm seeing right now is people are taking their profit because I bought around there around 500 naira and then it went to like 800. I'm even thinking of taking my profit if it's going to fall again. So I'll say you should just be patient. And then if it goes down to 700, then you want to start dollar cost averaging. So it means like you buy at 700.
okay.
If it goes down more, you buy more. You understand? So in fact, that's the best strategy to enter it right now because people will definitely take their profits. Any stock that goes up the way it has gone up in the past few days is likely going to go down because people want to take their profits. And that's currently happening. It has gone from, I think, 868 naira or thereabouts to currently at
Yes.
around 782 naira. So it means that um, you should better cost average. It's the best strategy is to be buying it as it keeps on going down. But I think it's a
All
solid
right.
stock. It's going to do very well in the long
I
run.
don't want I don't want to take too much of your time. Please, what's your own take on Owando for just
I want
short
to
term gain?
Orlando is short term for me. Like right now, I'm here to really look at the chart to see how he's doing. But Orlando is not like a stock. It's not really a
Yes,
stock. I would
I don't
say.
want to hold too long.
Yeah, yeah. And you want to be very careful with Orlando. Like personally, I don't like to touch Orlando. But if you're not scared, like if you have the mind, I mean, why not? That make money from Orlando. It's short term for me. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. Cheers.
All right.
Okay. So guys, let me go through some of the questions in the comments. We still have Paulinus. Paulinus, if you still have any question, you can ask. So Midas asks, is it official that the trading time has been changed? Honestly, bro, I'm yet to see any memo on that. I'm yet to see any memo on if the trading time has been changed or not. So I'm not aware. So Rachel David said she made money from charms and excited. Now I want to take advantage of the tip. Oh, no wonder someone said they lost money because they entered at the top. Yeah, Champs is a solid one. So you just want to be patient and if it goes to support level, like the last support level, then you want to enter again and see if you can benefit from capital appreciation. Um, so guys, please like this video. It's very, very important for you to like this video so more people can see it. You say First Vision Eye Clinic. Please, can you recommend penny stocks one can buy? So I don't think I have any penny stock to recommend at this moment because I try to be careful. I like to do my research before I say buy the stock, don't buy the stock. Well, I think one of the stocks you can, you know, maybe like is look out for. I'll say you can look out for is how's the other company again? One of the stocks you can look at is not really a penny stock, but it's in the insurance sector. It's the likes of ICO and Veritas. I'll not say you should buy them, but I'll say you should look out for them because the insurance sector they are doing this recapitalization. Some of them has gone up already, but at the end of the day, when everything settles down, some of those stocks are still going to appreciate further. So, but I'm here to really, really do my research. So you guys should be on the lookout for in the next couple of weeks for a video on stocks to buy ahead of next year uh, or you can likely make money from. So Do you have any questions? Please, if you have any question, drop in the comment section. Yeah, and don't forget to check out Afrimetrics, and you can also join this live stream using the link that is highlighted on the screen.
Yes,
The
sir.
screen, guys. Yeah. Okay, Adebisi, do you want to say something?
Yes, of course. And
Okay.
please, first, how? Hello,
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you,
Can you
Adebisi.
hear me?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. Please, how do I subscribe to that community?
Um, which of the communities? It's the. I want to be sure which of the community. Um, uh, um, is it my community?
You
Can you-
know, I asked about um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes,
So,
and also
so what I
concerning the tutorial stuff that I
yeah,
asked
yeah, yeah.
earlier.
I said that I have a course, but I don't promote it often. And it's only people that purchase the course that have access to the community. But nothing really like the community is just for asking me questions. If let me say you purchase the course and I have any questions around stocks or anything, you can get to drop your questions and I get to answer it in the community. But what I'm saying is that by the ending of this year, because we are working on a tool called Afrimetrics, by the ending of this year, like we are going to be creating a community for those that subscribe to the tool. So the goal of the community is for us to brainstorm and work together to grow our portfolio next year, right? But it's going to be mainly for those that subscribe to the 1 year plan of Afrimetrics. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not talking about that right now because Afrimetrics is yet to be fully built out. We are still working on it. So the Afrimetrics is basically a tool that will help you as an investor track your portfolio. It helps you get insight to stocks to buy. And the future we want to add on the tool is for you to when let me say an insider buys a stock. For example, a few months ago, the CEO of Zenith Bank, Dr. Adora, sorry, she purchased her own company stock, but many investors are not aware. So one of the features we are going to add on the long run, not on when we launch, but on the long run, maybe sometime next year, is for you like a feature that will allow you to get notified when insiders buy a stock. So when she bought that stock, Zenith Bank was around, I think, around 48 or is it 58 naira. In the next 3 months, the stock literally went from that price to like almost 78 naira. So that would have been a great opportunity for you as an investor to buy a stock like you get. So the tool Affirmatrix would basically help you to track your portfolio. You know, you get insight into the financial health of the stock. So instead of you going to the financial report and trying to go through everything, which can be quite difficult if you're a beginner, we are going to make you we are going to visualize it for you. Be able to get it in just one page, and it's going to be visualized so that even if the beginner can understand the financial position or will I say health of a company and know whether they want to invest in the stock or not. And so if you subscribe to the tool, you're also going to have access to my community, my personal community, and then you get access to the stocks, my stock picks. I don't know if you understand, and then we try to grow our portfolio together. So that's like an added bonus for those that use the tool. Do you understand? So the tool is not live yet. The tool is not live yet, but you can join the wait list and it's affirmetrics.com. Affirmetrics.com. You understand? So that's what I tried to explain to you earlier on. But if you want to join my other community,
Okay,
it's
how
for
do I
those.
purchase or subscribe? How do I
Okay.
purchase?
So I'm asking, is it for the Affirmetrics or is it for the course? Which of them? I want to be sure what you're referring to.
Some.
Can you hear me? I'm asking, is it for the community? Is it for the
Yeah, for
course?
the
Is it for
course and also
Affirmetrics?
for the community. How do I go
Okay.
about that?
So the for the course, let me get the link for the course. Give me a second. But if you want to join Affirmetrics, the link is on your screen. You can just join the wait list. It's a tool we want to launch because doing research can be quite difficult. Even for me that makes videos and do breakdowns, making research is a little bit difficult. So it's also going to be solving a problem for me as well. So give me a second. Let me get link to the course if you want to get the course. Uh, Trying to get the link to the course. So, guys, if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section or you join the live and get to ask your question. Give me a second. Let me get the link. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So, um, so let me drop the link. So, have you seen the link at DBC? Have you seen the link? At DBC, have you seen the link?
Okay, I'll see.
Yeah. So that's the link for
Yes,
the course.
solar deployment conventional and investment.
Unconventional investor. Yeah. So, thank you so much, Alison. I see your
Yes,
comment.
yes, yes.
No problem. It's fine. So I'm going to highlight it right now. So thank you so much, Alison. I thank you so much. Yeah, it's not an easy work, but I mean it's fine. So Bamidele Adekunle. Okay, first of all, Nigerian news 24 247. What did you say? Okay. So Nigerian news 247 TV is asking, what do you think about JS Bank? JS Bank is a solid bank, but I'm yet to really look into them. I'm yet to look into them. For me, I would say any banking stock you're buying now, you should just be careful because of the whole recapitalization. I'm yet to really know if they're able to survive it. So I don't want to say what I don't know. I rather just keep short. So and then for our saving, nothing, no feedback in regards to them for now. When I do my research and look into the market, I'm going to be doing more. I'm trying to move to Lagos, so it's been crazy past few weeks. So I'm here to really look at the markets, and most companies have been dumping their reports. So I'm here to really know how most of them are performing. So when I have settled down and I've looked into most of the report, then you guys will be seeing videos on the stocks I'm looking out for, especially ahead of next year. But the videos that I'm going to be dropping in the next couple of days will be around Presco's right issue, whether it's a good buy or not. Because many people are saying Presco is already at 1,479 naira. Like, can it still grow from there? So many people are lost about that. So I'm going to be dropping a video. I really digged into to know what they want to use that money to do and whether they have the ability to use the right issue money properly. So you want to be looking out for that. I also did the video in regards banking stocks. So we're expecting a video on banking stocks as well. Okay, Joy says that they changed the trading time for foreign stock from 3:30 to 10 p.m. Okay, bamboo. I mean, it's not a bad thing because our time, there is this time difference. So this is actually good news. This is actually good news. Um, so what's my take on BA food? BA food is a solid, but just understand or just know, JJ, that BA food, most of these stocks are illiquid. Even Dangote refinery that will be launching next year. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw it. They said it's just 10% that they want to release to the public. Hmm. That Dangote man, Uncle Dangote is a smart man. He knows how to make money. So yeah. So what other sectors to invest? I'll say you should look out for the oil and gas sector. Look out for the oil and gas with this import stuff tax they are pushing out. Also, you want to look out for that sector and see and look for companies that are going to benefit. Companies are going to benefit from that. Right? Again, with this tax that is coming, there are high chances that inflation is going to rise, and then a lot of things might rise because even with Dangote that is refining, petroleum. Because I know it's because of him that they passed that stuff so that we can, we can use more of his own product, and probably MNPs will get to fix the refinery we have. But the truth is that even if Dangote expands his refining capacity and everything, it's still going to take some time. And then before we start seeing the ripple effect or start benefiting from it, inflation or some things might actually rise. And that's just a simple truth. So you want to start doing your diggings to understand which companies will perform well, if things take a little bit of a hit, especially this December period. And we already know that December is a period where fuel prices go up. So you need to start trying to understand which companies are going to benefit from from this new policy, because you see in Nigeria, a small policy can literally shake everything up. And the truth is that in every policy that is passed by the government, there is opportunity, but it's just that you have to look deeper and think in a different way. Yeah, I agree with you, Bami. I totally agree with you. And I totally agree with you. I totally say never. Obviously, NFBC can never have oppression. I mean, you have been hearing that they're going to become operational for how many years now? So, in fact, when that memo was passed that they are going to um, start taxing, import on petroleum and other stuff, the NNPC, MD or what's not, came out to make a post that they're going to start looking at, launching their refinery and other stuff. But I think it's going to take some time. I really do think it's going to take some time. And you guys should not forget that NNPC has stake in Dangote refinery. You guys should not forget. So at the end of the day, they are still benefiting in some type of way. Even when the refinery takes time to launch, the refinery say they are going to fix. It's going to still take some time. So I mean, but I think what we should do as investors is to think deeper, to start asking the questions of, okay, if prices of goods and services change, because the truth is that things have been settling down. I just don't know why they passed this policy, but things have been settling down in Nigeria. We have been getting back to normal. Economy has been looking like it's bouncing back and all that stuff. And they passed this policy. So there are high chances that December might be a tough time. And then next year, with the whole tax of the thing that is coming, next year is going to be a little bit shaky. So I think as investors, we want to be on the lookout and start looking at our portfolio again and trying to see which companies are going to benefit from the tax and from everything that is going to happen from 2026. So 2026 is a very important year for Nigeria, guys, and we want to be very smart as investors and trying to find opportunities. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're going to pass it to we the consumers. They're going to pass it to we the consumers, and that's what I'm saying. That I should start looking for companies that are likely to benefit from it. Because even when they add tax, like when they pass tax to the consumers, so most of these companies also look for a way to also add something extra so they can still make some profits, right? So that's just it. That's just it, guys. Um, if you have any question, I'm going to be dropping a link that you can use to join. You can use to join to talk, have a conversation. I really miss having this live session. I've been very, very much occupied, guys. So if you have any questions, do join me here live before we call it a day. Um, I've dropped the link you can use to join live to ask your questions. Let me just scroll. You can also drop your comments. If you have any questions, you can drop your comments in the comment section, your question in the comment section, and I'll get to answer your questions. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, guys, if you have any questions, please, you are free to join us live. But if not, 1 hour, I've almost done 1 hour here. So, okay. Seems like, okay, apart from stuff, sectors, I think I've answered this question. So, guys, before I call it a day, I encourage you guys to check out Afrimetrics, Afrimetrics.com. I'm here to start publicly promoting it. It's just anytime I come live, I just talk a little bit about it. Check out Afrimetrics, join the wait list. We are building the tool. It's going to help you as an investor. So check out Afrimetrics, join the wait list, and trust me, you're going to make people that get onboarded on Afrimetrics, especially when we launch. They're going to make money next year from the stock market, because it's one thing to randomly buy a stock, and it's another thing to make an informed decision when buying a stock. And the best position to be in is to be the person that makes smart decisions when buying a stock. Because the truth is that if you make a research-based investment, even when others are panicking, even when others are scared, you're not scared. Even when people are selling, you are buying, because you know that the stock is undervalued, right? And that's one of the things or possibilities or leverage Afrimetrics would give you as an investor. So let me say it was passed to the sense as far as in position to promote local consumer. Yeah, totally agree with you on this. totally agree with you on this, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. I think it's just like when our previous president banned the importation of rice, of this agricultural product. Yes, he means well, but it was not necessarily a good decision at that particular point because if you remember, the price, sorry, it was when they passed that policy of banning, I think, importation of this thing, rice and all that, that rice actually skyrocketed in price. And the truth is that we're not yet self-sufficient. We're not yet self-sufficient as a country. And let's even assume that um, Dangote starts supplying more, we start buying more from Dangote, we still have it's likely going to still fix the issue of our naira devaluation. But at the end of the day, the naira is still trading at a high distance compared to the dollar. So there are still a lot of issues that needs to be fixed before you start talking about taxing importation of of petroleum, or let's say crude oil. I don't think it was a good decision, and I just know that it's going to bite us as Nigerian citizens, and I and let's just fingers crossed, guys. Let's just see what happens in the next couple of months. But I'll say that the oil and gas sector is a sector you want to be looking out for. You also want to be looking out for companies that are likely going to suffer from that tax, especially logistics companies. I think there is this one, Starex Express or something. Um, yeah, so that's just it. So what's my take on BUA food? BUA food is a solid buy for me, but especially if you're long term, yeah, BA4 is a solid buy, and Bami got it right. BA4 is a solid buy, but you need to understand that this is long term because if you buy BA4 and you're thinking from a short term perspective, there are high chances that exiting might be difficult. I'll use Dangote Cement as an example. I bought Dangote Cement when it was trading, I think 300 or 200. It went from that price to as high as 600 or is it 700 naira. But for me to sell my Dangote Cement was war. I could not sell it. I was only able to sell my Dangote Cement at 420 naira, and I was not happy. I was not happy. Anytime I see Omatech, I'm angry. Anytime I see this stock, this company called Omatech, I'm angry. I just don't know why. Because when I looked into them, I did not just like the company. And anytime someone asks me what about Omatech, I just don't like to. I don't like the stock. So, um, Bolaji ni Ede Yoruba, biology in Yoruba, okay. Putting money in Islamic Iman form doesn't make smart sense. Bolaji, why do you say so? Why do you say so? I think every investor has different appetite for risk. So I would love to know why do you say this is it doesn't make smart sense. I would really love to know why you say so. You're welcome, Mohammed. Um, if you have any question, there's a link you can use to join live to ask your questions or have a conversation. I'm also going to drop the link again. But Balaji, I would really appreciate if you can answer your question. This say it doesn't make smart sense. So I'll drop the link you can use to join live here. Omatech for me is not, I don't really like Omatech. I'm yet to look at them currently, but management does not look promising. I don't really like the stock. And for me, I don't know why once I research a company and I don't like what I'm seeing, researching them again, especially if the management does not look promising, coming back to that stock to look at it again is difficult for me because management is the most important thing when it comes to making investments. I usually like to bet on management. So on my think I do not like what I saw, what I see as of when I looked at it. So I just scrapped the company. But I mean, things might have changed. You can never tell. Um, Apart from Intransact, what else stuff will benefit from the tax law? Interesting. So apart from Intransact, what other companies like its benefits? This is a very good question. I have to do my research. I'm yet to even truly understand. Even I understand to an extent what the tax law means for us as investors. I actually plan to make a video, but I think that's when I'll be able to answer this question properly. This is a very sweet question. This is a very sweet question. This is a very sweet question. I will have to dig into this because I'm trying to make a very comprehensive video on this very comprehensive video, and this is something I'm likely going to cover. So I'm going to just screenshot this question right now. This is a nice question, Victoria. This is a very good question. Yeah, Dangote. See, I'm still holding my Dangote. Um, um, I thought you were a long-term investor now, Bami. Why do you want to sell your Dangote cement? Dangote is for long-term people. If you want to, even when the Dangote goes public, I think if you're looking to make, you can make quick gains. at that initial time. That's if you're lucky to be able to invest at that beginning time when they go public. You can quickly buy and sell, right? Because everybody's going to be rushing the stock. But the truth is that it's not going to be a liquid stock. It's going to be difficult for you to exit your position. So unless you're a long-term investor in Dangote Refinery when they go public, if not, if you're short-term, I mean, it will be difficult for you to sell, right? I think it's going to be illiquid. Well, and the same thing for Dangote Cement. So Dangote Cement is a long-term stock. It's somewhat illiquid, somewhat illiquid. So what's my take on FCMB? FCMB is a solid bank. I use the FCMB as a bank, even though I don't own shares in the company. Yeah, I own shares in other banks. So FCMB is a solid bank, and I think they will survive this recapitalization. So Dennis is asking what are the stocks likely to invest this month. I'm going to make a video, so you want to look out for that video. You want to look out for that video. Yeah, yeah. ASO savings is pump and dump now. That's why I'm an investor. I'm not really a trader. If you're a trader, then those are the kind of stocks you can make money from. And it doesn't mean I don't trade sometimes, but I mean ASO savings is like you said, pump and dump. You can make good money from pump and dump, but just pray that you're not the dump. You're not dumping on you. You're going to be among those that are pumping and making your money. Okay, okay. Bolaji is asking, does it make good sense? Oh, I did not get your question. Sorry. Yes, it makes good sense, especially if you're a very conservative investor. If you're someone, let me say you have spare cash that you don't want to just leave in your savings account because the yield on savings account is not really sweet. So you can put your money in that mutual fund and um today you're trying to join, but your device is not connected, so you might have to join again. So as I was saying, Stanbic IBTC Imam Ford is a good one, especially if you're conservative, you're not the risky type of investor, you have spare cash that you're not going to use for some time. You can just put it in there. Corn oil. Yeah, corn oil is not bad, but I don't want to say what I don't know. I don't want to say what I don't know. I try to be careful because people listen to when I say go and buy. So I don't have anything to say in regards to corn oil. The last time I had a conversation with someone on corn oil, they are saying it's a solid stock. But for me personally, I have not looked into the company, so I cannot beat my chest and tell you um, whether it's a good stock to buy. But like I said earlier on, the oil and gas sector, especially those that are not necessarily the distributors, that's if they start picking from Dangote. But I mean, they are likely going to still benefit from this, especially if they stop. If it just depends on their business model, basically. But I'm here to look into their financials, so I cannot really say anything in regards to Kano. So, question two, when is the best time to start buying stocks this remaining year? Is it November, December? Um, for me, I would say usually the best time to start positioning yourself as an investor is December. Gets because some people are taking their profits, people are trying to go and spend money and all that stuff. But again, one of the things I've noticed in the Nigerian market is that from January, I don't know if it's going to happen next year, but stocks start going up, make good money in January period, right? But again, I'm trying to also be careful because next year's campaign season, we have the new tax law that is coming into effect. So, I mean, there are high chances that investors might want to take their profit this November, December period. I'm just saying based off the tax law that is coming next year. Because investors will want to be careful to see how it's really going to impact them and the market overall. So I would say um, when everybody's panicking, that's when you should be buying. So if they start panicking and you start seeing undervalued assets, then you want to get into the market. So just be careful. Just start positioning yourself from December. Start seeing how the market is reacting from December. And even start down in November. But December is when others are partying, you're just looking at the market and trying to see how it's behaving ahead of January. So that's what I would encourage you. And we're likely going to have a live session in December. Yeah, yeah, Dangote. Okay, yeah, Dangote is up, but um, yeah, continue to hold. I'm not saying you should sell Dangote. I would say, I would say keep on holding Dangote, but me, I ran away. Okay, so Dangote at 160%. Congrats, Mohammed. That's smart. It's not bad. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was yeah, 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 yeah. So, guys, if you want to join the live session, I'm going to drop a link again. You can use to join. But I'm already printing cash from this market too. So, guys, if you want to join, I'm going to drop a link. You can use to join. Um, this is already an hour. So, if you want to join, you can use this to join before we call it a day. And if you have any question, you can ask. Can you, Bami, can you exit your Dangote? Can you exit your Dangote? Household savings, we have also talked about, we said it's dump, pump and dump. I think when people are asking about this stock because it's doing pump and dump. I think that's why people are interested in household saving because it's pump and dump. But my prayer is that you don't become the dump. Let them not dump on you. Let them not dump on you. Let them not dump on you. That's my prayer. Because Nigerians like when you go on Twitter and then you see everybody saying I made money, I made money. When you now enter, you be the exit. So you need to be careful, guys. You need to be careful. Don't become somebody else's exit in the market. Yeah, yeah. Um, FTN Cocoa is a solid company, but the last time I checked them, I don't know how whether they have dropped any recent report, but the last time I checked them, the financials are not looking that promising. The financials are not really looking that promising. But I mean, um, let's see if they can. I want to just see how they perform for the full year. I want to see how they perform for the full year 2025. I mean, I'm not saying you should exit Dangote, but I'm just saying if you want to sell now, can you sell? It's one thing to see your profit, it's one thing to take your profit. It's one thing to be seen, I did 170% in this stock, and then it's one thing to actually say, okay, let me sell it and make my money. I mean, difference day now. So Victoria said she made money profit from Presco, and I don't know if that um, there is I think there is more room. I'm going to be dropping a video on Presco. I think there's more room for Presco to appreciate. Like what I'm seeing. Ah, when Presco hits 3,000 naira per share, you guys should not be surprised though. What I'm seeing. But I would say you guys should look out for that video. That video though goes in depth into Presco and if it's a stock you want to buy or not. But I would say since you're on this live session, I would say Presco. I'll not be surprised if by this time next year Presco is at 2,500 naira per share. Like, I'll be surprised. So I made enough money profit from Presco. Okay, sorry. What do you think about name? Name is solid. If I think if this insurance capitalization settles down, they are going to go back up again. People have already made money, but I think they'll still bounce back and go higher. Um, yeah, yeah. I always think about Champs. Champs is solid, CWG solid, and UACN. These are all solid stocks. These are all solid stocks. These are all solid stocks. Um, yeah, yeah. Presco, Ella is the next bomb. As I'm saying, people that are very, very young, they should sort of a Presco can appreciate, but I think you should buy Ella. You should add Ella in your portfolio. I think you should add Ella Leaks in your portfolio. Choma, yes, these are long term. I agree with you. Total, yes, yes, Choma, yes, yes. These are solid companies. These are solid, especially especially CWG. I listened to the podcast of the CEO, and it's not the former CEO. But I know that is a progressive company. And then Champs as well. Name is also another very solid stock. Name I talked about Snemi, I think in September or thereabouts. Has not really been doing so well, but Champs did well and it's currently down. But name is a stock I think will make people money. Okay. But I will say I'm not ready to sell down replacement, so you no bother to find out if I can sell. I mean it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Liquidity is a problem in the market. Liquidity is a problem in the market. I really find it frustrating that I'm holding a stock and then it hits 700 naira and then I'm trying to take my profit so that when the thing falls back again, I'll come in, then I cannot sell. I mean, it's very crazy. It really pained me. I was not happy. I just sold. I said, let them carry their this thing and be going. I'm referring to Dangote. I'm referring to Dangote, but it's a solid company. It's a very solid company. I like when a stock is liquid. I like when I can quickly enter and exit a stock. Um, Remo Opeoluwa says, why the area they'll drop again? People are taking their profits. Like people are literally taking their profits. Whatever goes up must come down. Whatever comes down must go up. So I would say Aradel, people are taking their profit. I actually plan to take my profit and enter again. So Aradel is a solid buy. I think it could hit 1K. Don't be surprised if it hits 1,000 naira. I'm already up a huge percentage. I came in at 500 naira, currently at 782 naira. It's not bad. You see the problem exactly. And it's very, very important for you as an investor. You see what Choma is saying here. I made money on charms recently, but I didn't collect profit before it did. So you see, guys, it's very, very important. You need to know, you need to set a target. Like if you're a short-term investor, which is like a trader, you need to know what margin are you looking for. 20% profit, 30% profit is not bad. Trust me, you're beating inflation. You get as a trader, if you're someone that's buying a stock for the short, but when you're entering into a stock, you need to have like you need to ask yourself, am I buying this stock for the short term? Am I buying for the long term? If I'm buying for the short term, what percentage profit am I looking for that I want to exit if it goes up? If it goes down, what percentage am I looking to take my losses, cut my losses and run away? You understand? So let me use charms for example. You bought charms and charms have done already 30%. If you do not set the margin you want to take the profit at, to go up, you'll be asking, you might be scared, it might go up more, let me keep on holding it. And because of you're scared of taking your profit because it's going to go up, now goes down and you lose your money. You understand? So you need to have the mindset of if it does 30%, I'm satisfied, I'm beat inflation. You carry your money and hold it. Take your profit, take your money and exit. Even if it goes further, it's fine because it can still go down. You get, and if it goes down, if it's a solid stop, you can still enter again. You get so I think many of you guys are losing money because you don't know when to exit your position. And for me, 30% return is not bad, 40% is not bad. Sometimes 100% is sweet, but 30% is good. 30% of 3 million naira is 300,000 naira. It's not bad money. Get so 30% is I said it's 300, it's not 300K actually, 900K because 10% of 3 million is 300K, and then 20% is 600, and then 30% I think is 900,000. So it's not bad money. It's not bad money, guys. Yeah, another liquid is very good. You're welcome, Choma. Welcome. Anyways, okay. Yeah, Kerebu is a very illiquid stock. Those are the kind of companies I don't like. One man is just holding everything. Once we let Nigeria, let us benefit. Just enjoy. SM Mansan is actually a nice company. I'll even look into them. This is another if any stock that is down, like hey, this kind of company, I like to go and understand what's going on. To maybe whether I should enter or not. I'll go and look into SM Mansan. Because this is not just a Nigerian company. So let's see. Does a company get direct gain one money from technology? Just the virtual pricing of value? Me, that's the barber. I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question. Yeah, yeah, Bami, you know what's up now. You know what's up. You know what's up. Bami, you know what's up. Our ASM and sad. You tell me it's down like that. It's just I've not really been looking at the market recently because I've been moving to Lagos, so I've been running up and down, jumping from bus, trying to move stuff. So it's crazy. Then camp. But once I settle down, I'll look at the market and find opportunities and hopefully share some with you guys. This is it. Like, I mean, when I saw that it's down, like I'm like, ASM and sad. I have to go and look at them. Yeah, you don't sell. Yeah, you don't lose money until you sell. Yeah, I agree with you. Magic Shoyen, it's good to have you from Benin City. Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. I'm looking to. I've talked about the Nigerian market. I think I've pushed the Nigerian market enough. From next year, you guys should start raising up for me to start covering other markets, especially the US markets. I'm looking at, I'm looking at trading CFDs, which is like currency for. That's what I don't know. If I'm mistakenly put it. I like to say currency for difference or contract for difference for difference. Actually, that's what CFDs. Let me not mistake you. Likes to confuse me. Contracts for difference. Exactly. I like to call it as currency for difference. But yeah, I'm looking at CFD. CFDs are a good way to trade you foreign stocks. So I'm looking at CFD because as a Nigerian, it's difficult for you to trade US stocks. For example, now the beautiful thing about the US market is that you can short a stock, but with bamboo, I don't think you can short a stock with bamboo. You can only buy and wait for it to grow. But you can actually make money by shorting a stock, predicting that the stock is going to go down. So hopefully from next year, you know, start talking more about US market. I'm looking to trade the US market and not um, necessarily invest there. Bami,
Yeah, so
how
hello,
you doing, man?
Micah. I'm good, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's been a while. How you doing? How's
It's
everything?
been a while. It has actually been a while. I
Telling
actually just stumbled into you. I came on and I saw you. I thought, wow, Micah, it's been a long while. Now let me
yeah,
actually join. Now, I've been seeing your videos here and there, but
yeah,
yeah, I've not actually seen you go live. Hey,
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much. Thank you once more for your time
Thank
um,
you.
and efforts. It's been great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. How is
I
everything now?
saw
Yeah, go
everything
ahead.
is good. Can't complain. Yeah, thank you. I saw someone that said he's a student, and he actually started trading. He said he put it probably, I think he said probably 45K or so, and then
Oh,
dropped to 38 or so. He said on Trove. So I'm guessing Trove is one of those apps, isn't it?
is he on Truth?
I don't think he said Trove. Yeah, I saw Trove. Yeah, he wrote Trove. If you check the comment section, you would see where he wrote Trove. And the
Okay.
issue is with Trove. I doubt Trove is a broker. I think it's one of these investment apps, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Whereby
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to go through,
Yeah, yeah.
they are a secondary provider, they'll have to go through primary, which is a broker, which your cost will be more. So I'm not sure what that guy's name is, but do not be discouraged. However, what you want to do is to open a brokerage account, especially if you're in Nigeria. Just open a Nigeria brokerage account with the brokers. The what's it called? Their charges is much lesser than what Trove will be charging you because Trove they still have to go via a Nigerian broker. So
Yeah.
you probably to be eating much into your profits, and you don't want that. And there are sometimes the prices there's a little bit of disparity in prices
Yeah.
with those apps compared to if you are having a proper brokerage account. So better you use a brokerage account. That would be my advice to you. And for the current loss you are seeing, I would advise you do not sell it. Hold it. I don't know the instrument anyway. I don't know what
Yeah, yeah.
stocks you bought.
We need to be sure which stock, one dish Onyekachuku, which stock did you buy? What did you buy exactly? Because I just started investing as a student on True for 5,000 letters. So
Mm.
I think for me, like you said, you should not sell, but we need to be sure of what's the
Mm. Oh, yeah,
exact.
which stock exactly? Mm. If you can respond, is it responding to
Yeah.
you? What stock
Um.
exactly are you holding
So I think he's been talking about. We need to be sure. So Onyekachuku, which stock did you buy? Let us know in the comment section so we can
on
know the
Trove?
best
Mm.
advise you. And like you said, the thing again is most of these brokers in Nigeria they are not digitally savvy. So the likes of these Trove
Yes.
and Bamboo, they are more digital savvy, and
Mm.
most of these beginners
But
when
their
they are doing their
cost,
research, yeah, yeah,
the
I
cost
agree
is
with you.
there.
I agree with
Mm.
you. I totally agree. Like one of the
Mm.
things I encourage people to do is like once you have gotten into the market, the next step is to actually open a proper stock brokerage account so that the cost does not eat
Yes.
your profit.
Will be low. It just eat into your profits. That's what you want to
Yeah,
avoid.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree. I just hope the guy doesn't because it can actually be quite discouraging when you just
Yeah.
started investing and then
And you
instead
start
of it for
saying negative, and then you start wondering what's happening. That's why I
yeah, yeah,
decided to actually join, besides being busy doing other things. Immediately I saw him, I read his comment, I was like, oh, no, 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 I need to come on because this guy shouldn't be discouraged. If you are a
yeah,
student and you've got the insights to
yeah,
actually do this, do not be
yeah,
discouraged. It's just that you need a proper brokerage account.
yeah,
And if you're asking for brokerage account, just go on to NGX. the
Yeah.
Nigerian Exchange Group. Go there, you will
Yeah.
see the number of, you see the names of accredited stockbrokers. So you can choose
Yeah.
any one of them, contact them. Yes, they are not digitally savvy. I absolutely
Yeah.
concur.
Yeah.
But in the long term, you would save money compared to
Yeah.
just the apps whereby you, and some of them they started incorporating that, but they're
Yeah.
not quite there. However,
Yeah.
using those
Yeah.
apps, brother,
Yeah.
honestly, the chances of it eating into your profits is
Yeah.
actually higher in the long
Yeah.
run relative to the bits of discomfort you experience
Yeah.
here and there, having to pay money to the brokerage account for them to credit it onto your account, whereby they may not charge you anything or they just charge you probably 100 naira or whatever. That still makes sense compared to using these big apps and that you are actually crediting your account and you are actually seeing a hefty chunk
Yeah.
go out. And more to that, when you come to buy, what they are charging you is more because they equally still have to pay brokers. Whereby
Yeah.
if you go to the broker straight away, you only pay that brokerage account this thing charge once. But they will charge you to make their own profits before they now pay the brokers they are going through because they are not
Yeah.
brokers themselves. So
Yeah.
that's one thing you want to be careful of.
I
And
think
yeah,
many Nigerians, especially those that are getting into the market, they are not really aware of this. For example, now someone is asking, Aremu Opeoluwa is asking, are you saying we can open a stock brokerage account on True, which is no? We asked, I don't know if
no,
you can. Yeah, you can
no,
answer that
not on
question.
Trove, not on Trove. Leave Trove alone. Trove is an investment app. They
Yeah,
are an investment app. So if you want to, yes, I get it. If it is the case that you want to invest in foreign stocks alone, fair enough. Yeah, that's one of the only medium you can use to do that. And
yeah,
even some local, what's it called, Nigeria brokerage account, brokers are
yeah,
equally, they started offering that services. And what's it called, their tariffs, their charges are lesser. So
yeah,
what I'm saying is you get a proper broker, a broker that is not bamboo, that is not trove, that is not,
yeah,
there's one other one, I can't remember the name. So those ones are investment apps. And as investment app, what are they out for? They are out to make money, which
yeah,
you will understand with them, isn't it? So,
yeah, sure,
so
100%.
let's, so that I'm saying leave that. You should now go onto the NGX website. If you just type
Yeah,
NGX Nigeria, it will bring it, and then
yeah,
you click on name of accredited brokers. It will show you all the names. So
yeah,
you now
yeah,
choose one of them and now check how their what's it called application process is or are. Some of them
yeah,
are even very simple. You can actually do it on the phone. So long as you have your either international passport or your driver's license or your national identity card for identification. Some will even accept NIN. So you have all of those. You can do it on your phone. You will just apply and put everything and just wait until they get it accredited. You can log in into your account. You start funding and
yeah,
trading. So I'm not talking about those apps, investment apps. I'm talking about proper brokers, high street
yeah,
brokers. They have offices. You don't need to go to their offices these days. You do it online. So that one, the amount you will be paying for your transaction when you are buying and selling will be lesser
yeah,
than what these investment apps will be charging you. That's the point I'm
yeah,
trying to make, so that it does not eat into your profits.
yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for answering the question. So the young man, the student has responded. He said that he bought Mansard,
Yeah.
bought First Bank, he bought Wema,
Okay.
VFD Group, and like MPF Microfinance Bank. So those are he bought
Okay.
literally bought
Oh, that's good news.
one. Yeah, yeah. One, two, three,
That's good
four,
news.
five. Yeah,
No, but that's a lot. That's you bought a lot with small fund with
exactly.
45K.
That's
That's
just
too
what I want to
much.
say. It's too much.
It's too
It's too
much.
much.
You could have
Yeah,
concentrated maximum probably on three.
yeah, yeah,
Maximum on three. That's too much. And I hope you are not doing it with your school fees. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I'll tell you why I said that. Such that you are saying that okay, you put it so that before the next semester you quickly get those stocks you mentioned sound long term to me.
Yeah.
VFD is got a very solid fundamental, but it's long term. And
Yeah.
for VFG, if you have the opportunity, I think you should even buy more because, well, it's up to you to make that decision. Let me not give you financial advice. What
Yeah.
I would do
Yeah.
if I were in your situation, because they are doing, what was it called, offer. So because they
Yeah.
are doing, they are not even public offer, they are doing rights. So because they are
Right
doing
issue.
rights, you can actually right issues. You can buy more at 10 naira. I think it's selling anywhere between 10 naira, 95 kobo. It's fluctuating anywhere between 10 naira, 75 kobo to 11 naira on the market. But
Yeah.
they are doing the rights issues for what's it called for 10 naira. So and if you do not want to take up your rights, you can trade
Yeah.
your rights. I've only just
Yeah.
found that out. They call it renunciation. You will
Yeah.
renounce it and then you trade it on the floor. That's where your
Yeah.
broker will come into play. When you are
Yeah.
with, if you are with someone like Trove, I don't know how Trove will go about that. And this could be your opportunity actually to open a brokerage account and you can still
Yeah.
trade your rights on a fresh normal brokerage account. So even if it's the amount is not much, get the money and use it to get something better. And
Yeah.
to add to your stock, then what's it called? Like the Mansard. Somebody like I just read, I've not checked it personally, but somebody said
Yeah.
Mansard was like 85% down. That's a good opportunity. If the
Yeah.
fund is there, if I were you, straight away, I will average down straight up.
Yeah.
That's a DCI. You use a dollar cost averaging. Go in
Yeah.
now that it has actually dropped. That's opportunity for growth. And I have a typical example I can give. When I bought Cadbury, probably
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was last year, either last year or last 2 years. When they were pumping it, I bought it at the top. I went to buy at resistance. Then I was not, my head was not working correctly then. So I bought at support, at resistance rather. So immediately I bought. I was waiting for it to get back. I bought at 27 something. So I'm waiting it to get to 30 or 31 for me to sell. That's how I started dropping. It dropped all the way to 15 naira. But I didn't
Yeah.
lose money because I did not sell. I held my thing. I didn't sell it. So I then bought, because I have more than one account. So I then bought a few, what's it called? Calvary. When it was low, I bought at about probably 15, 16 naira, thereabout. I left it there. I didn't buy it with, what I should have done was to buy it with the one that I had I was losing as in going massively to average down. But I didn't do that. I just bought a little bit, left it. So a year came
Yeah.
past, probably maybe 7 years old. Calgary has risen as high as 72 naira. I think currently it's probably 69 naira something. So the point I'm
Yeah.
trying to make is the other account that I bought just a few. The Cadbury there is doing over 300%. So the one
Mm.
I bought at 27 something is doing over 200 and something percent.
Mm.
So can you see my point? The point I'm trying to make
Yeah.
that so
Yeah. Yeah.
long as it drops, if you do have the funds, average down.
Yeah.
It will even out eventually. But if you don't,
Yeah.
do not panic sell. Hold it. When you
Yeah.
panic sell, that is when you lose money. I'm in
Yeah.
an
I get.
investment group, and oh no, it was this year April when that's uh, Trump tariffs, whatever US, whereby things were dropping. People, market was just going AY, it was going south. People were
Yeah.
panic selling. An example is so they were panic selling, they were selling Japan gold, selling. I said, this is nice opportunity, please. Somebody was telling me, oh, cut your losses. I was like, there's no loss to cut here. Panic seller, God bless you people. Please sell to the market. It was then Japan was doing, I think, anywhere between 190 something to about 2 naira something. So they
Yeah.
dropped it to as low as 160 something, 170 something. I said, good, panic seller, please, God. So as they were throwing it out for rubbish prices, I was actually grabbing. I was grabbing.
Yeah.
So now, and within days, this one was even, I didn't have to wait for weeks or months. Within
Yeah.
days, when things settled, Japan gold came back up,
Yeah.
and I was
Definitely. Yeah. I
already
saw
massive
that.
profit. I was
Yeah.
a massive profit already within days, not even up to a week. So you need to understand what you are doing. When you want to go
Yeah.
into the stock market, do not use panic money. And when you actually go in there, have your plan. Are you a trader? Are you an investor? Even when you're a trader, there are sometimes that you will get stuck. When you get
Yeah.
stuck, do not panic to sell. When you stop, just hold it and allow it time. If you are so bent at trading, you can be trading other stocks or instruments, carry on your trading. But that one, you don't have to actually sell it and wait
I
for it,
think I
except you
think
choose that. Okay,
yeah.
sorry, go on.
I think that the problem here is, and I don't blame any Nigerians, it's because of first of all, most people still have that traumatic experience of 2008, and I think that most of
Mm,
the elderly people, they pass down the mindset of Nigerian stock market is a scam, and then most people are also entering the market
yes.
now. They also have this mindset of quick gains, right? Which is, I'm not saying quick gains are bad, but when you have the mindset of quick gains, when you buy a stock and that stock is fundamentally strong and it maybe just
Mm-hmm.
goes down a little bit because of that mindset of quick
Mm,
gains and not being used to getting losses in your portfolio, you start panicking
mm,
and then you start selling. Right.
mm,
But if you see
mm.
someone like you that has been in the game for some time, you already understand how the market works. You understand that when you have done your research and you know that your conviction have told you to buy this stock, even when it has gone down, you're not really scared. What you
Mm.
just do is maybe do a little bit of research to really know what's going on with the company, and then you now
Going
get ready
on,
to buy
yes.
more. You understand? So I
Mm,
think that it's just most of the people that are actually entering the market, and especially the Nigerian market, are newbies, right? So I don't really blame them.
mm.
But I know that with time, people will start understanding the
Yes,
importance of holding on and being patient as an investor, and then the
yes.
importance of also knowing whether I want to hold this for the short term or whether I want to actually hold this for
Mm.
the long run, right?
Long
Because I
term,
mean, if
yeah.
you're holding for the short term, it means that you're likely a trader
Mm,
because in the Nigerian market, it's not really like the
mm,
US markets that you can really enter today and get your profit today
mm.
and exit. Sometimes in the Nigerian
And
market,
exit, yes.
you have to hold for months or even 2 months or
Yes,
3 months before you now
yes.
see the kind of profit that will make you exit your position. So yeah, that's what I
Hmm.
have to say in regards to that.
No, you're right on that. You're right on that. Because on that same Calvary I was talking about, my Calvary,
Yeah.
there was a time it was doing minus 30 something percent.
Mm.
Minus
Yeah.
30 some.
Yeah.
Yes. I held it. I was just looking at it. I was like, yeah, whatever. I held it. And like I said, as I speak, that same position, though when it came up
Yeah.
a bit, which was another silly mistake I made, when it came up a bit, that was in profit, I
Yeah.
sold some position. But with what I'm still holding, I'm doing over 200% on that same Calvary.
Yeah.
And I know it's not done yet. And I knew what the issue was with Calvary, just like Calvary and MTN and even Nestle. The one that paid
Yeah.
me the most was Nestle. Nestle dropped
Yeah.
to as low as
Yeah.
750.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last year, he dropped. Even
I
this year,
know.
self, 750. Look at where Calvary is today. Because those things, we knew that the problem were issues of FX losses.
FX. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those were opportunity to position. Look at MTN now. MTN dropped as low as 170 something
Yeah.
last year.
It
And
even reached
even this year,
168.
this
It is
year,
168
this,
naira.
this
MTN.
year, this year, yes, this year, that was the case. So that happened. But look at where MTN is now. MTN reference price is 520, and they just declared interim dividends of 5 naira.
Yeah.
Yes, last year we knew the problem due to FX losses. No dividend was declared, but interim dividend was already declared 5 naira.
Yeah.
You can see where I'm coming from. So imagine if someone has actually averaged down when you drop to 160 something, 170 something. By now, the person will be smiling now. So there is a massive opportunity in the NGX, in the Nigerian stock market. You just look at it very well. Okay, even if, regardless of what people say, look at Unicell.
Yeah.
Unicell this time last year was doing 2 naira something, wasn't it? Unicell rose from 2 naira something. It went all the way. Is doing averaging between 59 naira to 64 naira something.
Yeah.
Calculate it. How many percentage increase? That's we're talking of thousands. Do you see what I mean? So it's about studying the markets, looking at it, seeing what's going on, check, break it down into sector. This is the agricultural sector. You know that they will people must eat. So that's where the likes of Ella Lake, Okomo oil, and Presco. So Presco, Okomo, those ones are palm oil.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Ella Lake does palm oil, it does farming, it does livestock as well, and they have integrated farming system. So you will see it already. This prospect, people must eat, and they are acquiring farms. They are acquiring what's it called? Plants. This palm. This plants
Plantation.
or farms
Yeah,
already,
plantation. Yeah.
plantations. So they are ready to even go into milling straight away, and they've integrated it that some of their what's it called? The waste coming from the milling, they will use it to actually feed their piggeries, and they go to do the aspect of what's it called? The fishery. So they already have it mapped out already, and how much is it selling for? It's fluctuating anywhere between 12 naira and what's it called? 13
10
naira.
naira. 10, oh, 13 naira now. Sometimes it's reached 10
13
naira.
naira,
So
yes. It's
now,
fluctuating between 12 naira something to 13 naira.
yeah.
Look at the opportunity it has to the upside compared to Okomu and Presco. Yeah, they will still do well. They've got solid fundamental, but it's the same industry. Even before, at the time, my Okomu, my what's it called? My Ella Lake went up. Okomu, I'm up over 500 and something percent with my Okomu. But there was a
Yeah.
time even Ella Lake went up to 500 and something percent. Then now, before the pullback, that dropped now,
Yeah.
and probably somewhere in 300 and something percent. But the point I'm trying to make is, by the time people were rubbishing Ella Lake, then it's more to do
Yeah.
with the prospect. When I understand some things. When you look at it just solely fundamental, you wouldn't have seen anything, and that is how people with the investors with that they set for opportunity before people they would get awakened to things. They have already positioned themselves. By the time people
Yeah.
are now seeing it, they have already made the profit already,
Yeah.
and they are just
That's how
waiting
the market
for
works.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
That's
them
how
to
the
roll
market works.
in.
Yeah.
Ella. When I bought Ella around 2 naira something, 3 naira something.
Yeah.
That's when I bought
That's
my
when I
Ella
got
Lake.
in. Yeah, that's when
Exactly.
I
And people were saying it that, oh, no, 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 Ella Lake, no, solid fundamental. Some of those people saying it now, they are equally positioning at 12 naira something, 13 naira now, they are entering. When some of us were already rubbing our hands that, okay,
I mean, the this thing was there already. Just going, because when I saw Presco and Okomo, and I did my research in that
mhm,
space, and I saw that there's Ella Leaks, even though they're not really doing well,
yes,
but I mean they are pivoting, they're changing their business model.
yes, they
I
are.
mean, being someone that already understands that I mean, understanding risk to reward, these guys are already up
Rewards,
there. This
yeah.
one is a small company.
Mhm,
I mean, the risk to reward
mhm,
for Ella Leaks is very high. I'm just taking small risk
mhm.
and knowing that the reward is
Yes,
bigger. Even if I
it's
lose my
massive.
money, I mean, even if I lose my money,
Yeah.
it's not much. You get.
You look
So
at the
why
3
not? I
naira,
went.
how much is 3 naira?
Yeah, exactly. So I got in around that 3 naira price, and then shot up. I think I
Mhm,
sold around this thing, around 11 naira or 12 naira. I took my profit, and then I
yeah,
entered in again because I saw that people are
exactly.
now seeing the opportunity there, and that this is still going
Yes.
to go up more, right? So just got in again, and
Mhm,
I'm just being patient. So that's just how
yeah.
it works for me
Yeah.
for Ella Leaks. So I would like us
Yeah.
to there is someone that is asking a question. Say, are you saying using apps like Bamboo and Trove reduce the potential profit because they are secondary platforms and not direct
Yes.
brokers?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I will answer you frontally. Yes, it will reduce your profit because they are a secondary, what's it called? They are like interfaces. They are not
Okay.
primary brokers. So they still have to go to a broker. So they will pay the fee you would have paid directly to your broker and then charge you more on it so that they can make their own profits. Do
Yeah,
you get it
100%.
now? So that's how they
100%.
operate. Yeah. They are not
Someone
primary
also
brokers. You will need a primary broker. Okay, sorry, go on, Micah.
Okay, someone also asked, which I know the answer, but I also like you to also handle that. He says, can one open more than one brokerage account or just one?
Absolutely, yes. You can open more than one. So originally, I started where I actually started with the Nigerian stock. Like you said, Micah, those people
Yeah,
that think Nigerian stock market is a scam, yes, I was one of them because I
yeah,
knew part of what, even despite the fact that the economic downturn in that 2008, 2009, but there was
yeah,
actually manipulation in the market. I will not mention the people's name, but you know who
yeah,
the people I'm talking about. that they will actually bring out their stock, they inflate the price, they held, then it was still done
Yeah.
analog, not digital, it was
Yeah.
analog. So they held onto the certificate. They do not release a certificate to people. You cannot sell. Before they now
Yeah.
release the certificate to you, they would have sold their own, release the certificate, they've dumped it on you already.
Yeah.
And you'll be there thinking. So now moving forward, I actually started when these guys did their public offer, IPO, MTN.
Oh.
So
Oh.
when I saw
Okay.
MTN, I was like, ooh, okay, this sounds interesting. That I would really love to do this because I looked at it. MTN, what's it called in telecommunication in Nigeria when it comes
Yeah.
to say calls and datas and all whatnot. They are
Yeah.
actually up there. So I saw the potential to that. So there was somebody that was on YouTube actually trying to dissuade people from buying it. That's not a good offer. But I
Yeah.
keyed into it. I didn't meet it. So I think
Yeah.
then I probably got it for 160. If it's not 168, it will be 169 or something of that sort. I got
Yeah.
the public offer. And in the process,
Yeah.
that was when they did
I think we lost you.
one for every 20. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I'm back on. You should hear me now.
Yeah, I'm
So they
hearing you.
did one you bought then and you didn't sell for a
Yeah.
certain period of time. If you held it, they gave you one for every
Yeah.
20 you had. So that's when
Yeah.
I keyed into it. So when I bought it through their platform, then they opened a broker. They assigned it to a broker because I didn't have a broker at that time. I didn't have CSCS. They opened the CSCS for me. What's it called? CHN. I didn't have it
CHN.
then as well. Yeah, CSCN and CHN as well. They did all of those for me. So once they got those done, that's clearing the house number. So they got those done, and I got in. They assigned me to a broker themselves. That's Chapel Hill Deadams. They gave me those ones. So I just said, yeah, that's fine. I left my stocks there, MTN. I wasn't touching it. I said, whatever. I will just leave it there, forget it. I left it there. Then I was now speaking with a friend, blah, blah, blah. So that's when I then opened
Yeah.
he referred me to a broker. So I'll call their name anyway. It's a Capital Trust broker. So I then opened an account with them and it was so seamless. Opened it, everything done. I contact with their liaison officer straight away, no issues.
Yeah.
When I want to credit, I call them, okay, I'm crediting, da, 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 okay, pay to our accounts, da, 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 da. Oh, within 5 to 15 minutes, it will be credited to your accounts. And most times it happens. If it doesn't, I'm on phone with him again. Mr. Man, what's happening? I want to open a position. I want to take a position. You need to get this. I will chase him and he will get it done. You understand what I mean? So I
Yeah.
started doing that. So now the point I'm making is this. I've already gotten 2 brokerage accounts. Despite the fact that I've got the one with Chapel Hill Denhams, I've got this what's it called, Capital Trust brokers, and even now I'm actually considering to open a third one. I think they are called
Yeah.
Future View or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Future
it's simply because
Yeah.
I want to. I've got you know them. Aha.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
their application has been so seamless as well, very straightforward. So I love it. So I'm opening that because I'm considering I've gotten rights with VFD. I've
PFD.
got
Yeah.
over, I think, over 83,000 rights, which I want to, 18 years over 82,000 rights, which I am planning to
Yeah.
renounce, then sell it on the floor so that I can make
Yeah.
some money. I can choose to
Yeah.
leave
Yeah.
it, but why should
Yeah.
I do that? Well, renounce it, sell it, you get something out of
I
it.
mean,
Even if it's
that's
not
smart.
massive,
That's smart because
yes.
even me as well. I was thinking because I mean, if I had disposable cash, I would have actually
Mm,
taken up my rights.
mm,
But since I don't have disposable cash, what
mm.
I'm planning to do is, I mean,
Yes,
why
renounce and sell
dilute?
it.
I just said it's take the money and
Yes,
want to take the money and
sell
do
it.
something. If there's other opportunities, I mean,
Exactly.
so I have this
Yes,
stick
just
with
renounce it.
BSC. So I want to do that as well. But it's
Mm.
still a stock I'm holding because I
Yeah.
already understand the potential of VFD.
Oh yes, I'm
So
holding it. I'm going nowhere.
yeah.
If I
So
tell you my story with BFG, so the
yeah,
person that asked that question, the answer to that is yes. You can have multiple accounts with different brokerage firms, but you cannot have multiple accounts currently with the same brokerage firm. They used to do it
yeah,
before, but they've stopped it. You can't do that. But with separate ones, you can. So let me quickly say this, Micah, before we pick on other questions and let you say what you want to say. So the way I started with VFD was so funny. So I bought VFD. When I bought VFD originally, probably 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere thereabout, I think it was selling for 180 something. So I bought it 182 or 180, whatever. So it rose up to 200 and something. I was like, oh, that's nice. So I think I had it in two accounts because I was running two accounts then. So one in my name and the other in my wife's name. But so I then sold one of the other accounts. Okay, I'll sell it. Then when it drops again, I'll buy it. I'll trade on that. So I sold it whenever it came there, kept going on. Oh, I said, okay, fair enough, that's nice. I've got a chunk on the other side. So on the other side, I can't remember if I had up to, I can't remember if it is 19,000 or so. Somewhere thereabouts that I had. So I was just looking at it that, oh, it's looking nice, it's looking nice. All of a sudden, I just opened my brokerage account and I saw minus, I think it was 75 or 79%. I was like, what? What happened here? Because then I wasn't keeping up, so I didn't know what was happening. I just left my stuff there. So I was like, well, I know in the NGX you cannot have more than 10% loss or gain per day. How could 70 something percent? Well, obviously, what they did was that they gave out. I use the word loosely, a bonus for
bonus issue.
They gave bonus issue. Yes, 4 for everyone you had.
4 for 1. Yeah.
So 4 for 1. So they did the 4 for 1. So when they did the 4 for 1, I said, okay, so that's what happened. But eventually, I didn't get my distance. I think I told you then. I didn't get it early enough. So I had to then contact CSCS. Then I saw it. Then I contacted my program. They added it. Then before I knew what was happening, so the price dropped to 40 something naira. Because when they did that, they will have to deduct that. It dropped to 40 something naira. Okay, I said no problem. Dropped to start something naira. I said, okay, no problem. I'm holding it. So after that, then last year's, after they did their bonus, I can't remember if it was at the dividends. I can't remember if it was 15 kobo or whatever it was. Anyway, they declared bonus and dividends, and then bonus for 1 and 5 for everyone you've got. So that's how I got that as well. So that's how my stock from the, I think initially 19,000 I had. I didn't think I even had up to 19,000 to start with. It was less than 19, but it grew up to 19 when they did that 4 for 1. So when they then did 5 for everyone, that's how I rose to over 120 something thousand. And I was like, this is fantastic. I just held it. I said, I'll keep it there. And I know they have solid fundamentals. I know what they do and how they operate.
VFD is a company that personally, I really love the business and everything about it, right? And I was able to benefit from the first, right? I came in around that 200 naira region, even though I didn't buy at exactly 200 naira. I think I bought at either 180 or thereabout. That was when I bought the
company.
I benefited from the bonus issue they did. And then the same thing happened. I think you're even the one that helped me solve my own issue where you explained that.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, also, I knew that I was not really scared, but I knew that in my brokerage account, I was not seeing the actual value of my shares, right?
You're not seeing it. Yes.
You explained to me how to go about, open a proper CSCS, and I'll actually see it there. So that's what I did, and my stock is actually there. So I totally agree with what you said, and I think like I really believe in the vision of the company and the potential of VFD. So for me, it's a stock I'm holding for. It's not a 1 year, 2 year.
Oh yes, for the long haul. No. I'm holding it for the long haul. Yeah. So I'm holding that one. The ones I know, like I said, I was talking about my Dangote cement. I'm not selling my Dangote cement. I'm not selling my MTN. I'm not selling VFD.
I pray you benefit from Dangote because that stock. Anytime I remember how illiquid it is, it pains me. But I mean, you're benefiting from the dividends and everything. So let's so someone say for someone who wants to start investing in on Ella Lakes. Someone, I don't know if you can see it on your screen. Someone says for someone who wants to start investing and started stocking up on Ella Lakes already. I want to get to. I think the person's question is, should they buy Ella Lakes and still buy Okomo and Presco? For me, okay, you can share your perspective, while I also share my
Mm-mm.
own perspective.
Okay.
Yeah,
For me, if you ask
yeah,
me that question,
yeah,
I would say if you are a long-term investor, okay, if I were you, let me put it this way. If I were you and I am planning to invest long-term, the
yeah,
funds that I have, I will put it into LLA. And
yeah,
I'll say why I would choose to put my fund into LLA. The way
yeah,
LLA is, LLA can still do 1000%. But what are the chances of Presco and Okomo doing 1000%?
yeah,
Presco, Okomo, they've got solid fundamentals, right? So because
yeah,
they've got solid fundamentals, they will be growing, they will be churning out, what's it called? Dividends. In fact,
yeah,
let me bust someone's brain.
yeah,
Presco last year, it was the highest paying, it was the second highest Nigerian paying dividend stock.
yeah,
And he actually outperformed in dividend. He outperformed all, even including oil company, as in crude oil company, he outperformed them. The only crude oil company that actually outperformed Presco was Total Energies. That's the only one. But and it was just by a few margins. But Presco
yeah,
actually did well and he outperformed them very well. Palm oil. And if you look at a liter of palm oil compared to a liter of petrol,
yeah,
refined whatever, you will see the difference. You will see, and which house don't use palm oil in Nigeria?
yeah,
That excluding export, oh, people do, but not every houses in Nigeria would use petrol. Can you see where I'm
yeah,
coming from? But let me now go
yeah,
back. Based on the fact that Ella Lake, they are well diversified, they have
yeah,
integrated farming system. So, and
yeah,
will be into production of what's it called? Of palm oil, of which we have seen how Presco and Okomu had performed, which means that sector is a booming sector. But they have rallied up that much. Some people bought even Okomu when Okomu was 20 naira, 30 naira. I bought Okomu when Okomu was 153 naira, was when I bought Okomu.
oh wow, oh, okay,
So
interesting.
exactly, I bought my Como at 150. And so Presco, I did not get into Presco early enough. I got Presco at 700.
Wow,
And even
okay,
at 700, I'd already done about between 80 something to 90 something percent on Presco already.
yeah, okay,
So now all I'm just saying is Ella Lake, I would invest in Ella
yeah,
Lake because Ella Lake can still do 1000%. He has
yeah,
that room for growth. And looking at the fundamentals of the company, looking at the leadership, that's one of the things you
yeah,
check as well. You see what they do and how they
yeah,
go about their business. Okomo and Presco, they've gotten to like they are hitting their ceiling. They are hitting it. They are not there yet, but they are not
yeah.
far from it compared to where Ella Lake is coming from. That's my own view and take on it. So, Micah, you can enlighten us of the way you see it, but that's the way I see it.
Okay, so for me, I think for me, I just have to, first of all, I like to look at the person's risk appetite, and then I mean, age is always a factor
Oh,
for me when
yes.
I like to talk about Ella League. So I would say if the person is young and they are not really scared of taking risk, I would suggest they invest in Ella Leagues. I've really had the CEO of Ella Leagues stock, and I've gotten to see that this man knows what he's doing, and he's how would I put it? He's tied into the game, like his own sweat is in the game, right? So he has huge chunk of shares in Ella Leagues. So he has, let's say, sweat in the game or sweat in the company. So I would say person should, take a bet on Ella Leagues. But again, I also suggest the just to protect themselves, because I mean Ella Leagues is here to become profitable. There are still some questionable things about the company, right? So since they're here to take profit and you're just taking a bet on the vision and then the growth potential, I would say to also protect yourself, I would say you can either buy one of Presco or Okomu. So I'll encourage the person to also buy a little bit of Presco. I mean, 30% gain, 100% gain is not bad. So if you're taking a bet on Presco on Ella leagues, and even if your money does your 100% of your money vanishes. I mean, Presco has already proven that it's going to like that sector works. So Presco already has the potential to even do an extra 100% again, right? So you can use Presco to protect yourself from losing money from Ella leagues. And even if you make money from Ella leagues, I still know that you're going to make money from Presco because Presco, the sector they are operating in, there's still room for growth. I mean, Nigeria is not yet self-sufficient when it comes to palm oil, production, right? We still import a whole lot of palm oil. So I would encourage the person to buy Presco and also buy Ella leagues. But person should be invested more in Ella leagues because I think the potential for Ella leagues, is very, very massive. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's
Hello.
fantastic, Micah. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
take it as
So
such. Because once you
okay.
are edging your bet on Ella League, if you
Yeah.
take either Okomo or Presco, you know that
Yeah.
you'll be getting dividends at the end of the
Exactly.
day, whilst you are still waiting for Ella Lake
Exactly.
for the
Exactly.
capital growth, because Ella Lake is
Yeah.
one of the capital growth that will explode massively
Yeah.
when they actually get it right. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so um what do you think about Afri Investor 2.0? Because I mean that's another Afri Investor this time around they are not a middleman, they are actual stockbroker. I don't know if you have tried them out. Personally, for me, I've used Afri Invest, and and for me, I usually tell people to use them. But right now, I don't think I usually recommend the app. I just tell you to go through the whole process of opening with other stockbrokers because of I think that they did this upgrade and it really affected a lot of people, right? And then their customer support is whack, and not just only them, some other brokers. But I don't know, about Afrinvest, right?
Yeah, I know of them, but I've not had personal encounter with them. I've had
I
people
mean,
say this, people say that. I've
yeah.
invest, yes, I know of them. Yeah, I know of them. Yeah.
Okay, personally, I've used
So
them. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
no. Since you have used them, I haven't used them. I've just had
Okay,
people's personal opinion.
okay, okay. So for me personally, Afrinvest is not a bad platform. They are a very solid brokerage firm, but I mean, I think they can do more. And I think there are other better ones, right? So I would say the person can check out. I like to recommend Cardinal Stones because I have people that use Cardinal Stones and they're yet to make any complaints. But I don't know your own broker. How has your experience been with them?
My broker has been fantastic. Like I said, it's been fantastic.
What's the name again?
I is our capital trust brokers.
Trust. Okay, so let
Yeah,
me type
capital
it so
trust.
that
Yes.
just in case
Yeah.
anybody wants to check them out.
Yeah,
Capital Trust.
capital trust brokers. So yeah, the registration is normally seamless within a few days. Within anywhere between 24 to 48 hours, the account will be ready to fund. And fund. I like I said, I've got a direct contact with one of their assistants, so I speak with them through the way that I'm about to credit my accounts, and I do that, and it appears, and then I just carry on. So they've been fantastic. I've not had any dramas with them, to be honest.
Okay, so Choma, you asked the question, how can I manage long term and short term investment together? You made a short video on WhatsApp. Maybe I don't know, is it possible to send me a message on Instagram because I don't really understand your question and I'm trying to really understand the question, but question is not really clear to me, Choma. So I don't know how best to answer your question or how best I can direct it to Bami if he wants to answer it. Um, Let me see. Someone else asked the question. As a question that is directed to you. Okay, yeah. Someone asked. There's something you mentioned about NGX in order to open a brokerage account. I think the person is referring to how to check for brokerage that are approved by the NGX or something like that.
Approved, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if you just go onto the NGS account right now, website, just Google NGX Nigeria. It will take you to the NGX account. If you choose to open an account with NGX, all well and good. You don't have to, but you could. And if you do, you will be able to see when you have rights to pick or public offer that you can buy through them. But that's secondary. For you to open your brokerage account, then you just look at something around accredited or certified brokers in Nigeria. Just somewhere at the top, you would see that and click on it, you will see the names. So you can then choose whichever you have a gut feeling with after you've done your due diligence, your research on them. But you will know that you are getting accredited stockbrokers. So by so doing, when they do misbehave, you can report them easily because they are actually accredited. Do you see what I mean? So not to demarket anybody, but those investment apps, technically, you cannot necessarily hold them accountable per se.
Okay.
Or,
Okay.
or,
Thank
or
you so much.
you get what I mean, Micah, isn't it? Because you can't
Yeah, yeah,
necessarily hold
yeah,
them accountable, but so
yeah,
that
yeah.
they are.
I get 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, the person that's asking the question that is the major person that needs to. I just hope you understand the answer you give, but it's a straightforward and answer I believe you're supposed to understand. Yeah. Um. So someone is asking, have you looked into FCMB's public offer? Personally, for me, I think FCMB's public offer is not bad. The person is asking
Mhm.
what's the long term and short term outlook. I mean, for me, and if you're buying just like Fidelity Bank and their rights issue precisely, they have been able to return like since the rights issue they did back then. The stock has literally doubled since then. So for FCMB, I think there's also room for that. And FCMB is a bank I use, right? It's my own bank, and for me, they are a solid bank. So I mean, anybody that has the opportunity or has the funds to get into their public offer, I would say they should, I mean, it's not investment advice, but you might want to see if it's something that you want to go into. But I don't know. Have you taken a look on FCMB's public offer?
Me personally, I
Yeah.
haven't, simply because I
Okay.
have other biases. So my
Oh,
biases are on Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank is another quiet bank that people are not seeing.
yeah.
Sterling is quietly doing its thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I got Sterling, I don't think it's more than 3 months, and already I've been doing over 30% already
Yeah.
on
I
Sterling's.
mean,
so,
yeah.
so
I mean,
it's,
Sterling Bank every year. Sorry to interrupt. Every
no,
year
that's
I
fine,
like
that's
to
fine.
do. Okay, thank you. Every year I like to do like these stock picks. And then I think I did like 4 or 5 stock picks, and Sterling Bank was there. And then people that actually bought then, when I think they have almost, I think they have should have doubled their money or something. Because if you check the price it
Yeah.
was trading at earlier as of December last year and the current price, you see that most people that actually bought as of then have literally made good money. And I usually think that the best time to start positioning for yourself for stocks is usually in the ending of the year, because in the next
Yes.
year, especially if you're in a bull run, the next year is usually going to be
Mm-hmm.
better. Yeah, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we have the likes of, I think I called Sterling CI
Sterling.
leasing. C is this
Mm.
company C and I leasing. You have
Yeah, CLI.
USCN,
I remember CLI.
yeah, USCN, and then I think there are about 5 of them. And yeah, this other one, Universal Insurance. Universal Insurance as
Oh
well,
yes,
especially
that's my baby. That's my
yeah, yeah,
baby. Universal Insurance. I've got over a million shares
yeah, yeah.
with Universal Insurance. So I'm just
Yeah,
waiting for it
so
to explode. I'm doing well already. I'm in good profit because, like I said,
yeah,
because I have two accounts. So I have certain. One of them I'm already almost 100%, and the other one I'm above 40% or so. So because I bought at two different times.
yeah,
So
because
yeah,
I really
yeah,
looked at last stock at when it was, I think, 0.50, because it was just ranging between
yeah, yeah, yeah.
0.50 to 0.70 kobo
Yeah.
around that price. It was just
Yeah,
after the
I
settle
bought
the initiation,
initially when
suddenly
I bought.
yeah.
I bought at 0.55. I
Oh,
bought at
five
zero
five.
point five five.
Wow,
Yeah,
crazy,
high five. Yes. And then, yeah, I did. I did. And then I think my second buy, I bought
yeah.
at probably 0.7 something. Then when I then decided to make it up to a million, I
Yeah,
then bought at probably maybe nine. I think my average cost anyway is about 80 something on the million one.
you're still in
So
good,
oh
you're in
yeah,
good
I'm
place.
still in good profit, brother. I'm in good profit. I'm holding it. I don't have it, and that's another sector. Okay, before I jump to sector, Jais
Yeah,
Bank is another silent mover. Starlings and Jais Bank, they move silently. You don't hear them, but they do their thing. They
yeah.
they move,
Style
they
is
do
solid,
their thing.
and they are tech like it's a tech driven bank. So that's
Yes,
why I do it.
yes, yes, they
Solid
are.
bank.
They are.
So,
They are. So in terms of sector, the insurance sector is another place to keep an eye. We did the recapitalization coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is to keep. And I have another insurance again, Royal X. Royal X currently is at a very good support, very very
Which
good,
what,
sweet
I didn't get.
support. Royal X,
Oh, okay, Royal
Royal
Lex. Okay, okay.
Exchange, Royal
I
X,
know you. Yeah,
Royal
yeah,
X.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I know
yeah.
them. I know them.
And they're not just
I
into
mean,
insurance alone; they have microfinance as well. So
wow.
they are another good one that they are doing
Wow.
their thing silently. It's currently on a
Um,
very good resistance. It's doing
let
2.05
me write that down. Royal Lex.
within in less than 3 weeks. It
Wow.
rallied up to 2 naira 40 kobo.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
currently dropped all the way to 2 naira 5 kobo. That's another
Wow.
opportunity to yeah for one to keep an eye. And you have solid names behind it. You have the likes of Dan Tata. So
Wow.
I wouldn't say much.
I love
Let me
that.
leave it at that.
These are the kind of companies I like to see. I'll go and look. I'll love to look at
Yeah,
them this
look
time.
at me. And like I
Yeah.
said, it's at a very, very good support. Very, very because initially when I started buying, I bought
Yeah.
2 naira 7 kobo, 2 naira 11 kobo, and
Yeah.
then it rallied up to 2 naira 40 something, then
Wow.
dropped down now to 2 naira 5 kobo. So that's another good opportunity to
Wow.
actually to restock for me. So anybody
Wow.
that wants to look into it, do their due diligence, look a bit more
Yeah.
about the company, see what they are doing, how they are going.
Yeah.
If it tickles your fancy, why not?
I mean, yeah, this is
Mm.
it's sounding. I already like the fact that it's at support, and then you just looking at the people
Yes,
that have
nice
been doing
support.
so
Yeah.
I'll look at them. I mean, it's fine.
Mm.
Let me jump. Let me jump. There's another question someone asked. Let me just see if I can answer that question. Someone says, Micah, I'm curious about your advice for a beginner investor with 150,000 naira to invest. How many stock would you recommend they buy, and what should they consider when making their investments? So I will direct the question to you, hear your thoughts, and also share my thoughts. So, yeah, Bami.
Fantastic. If you ask me, I'll say don't do more than three.
Okay.
150K, do not do more than three. Don't do more than three. So now look, so you want a mixture. So now in NGX, that's Nigerian Exchange Group, you are looking
Yeah.
at, you want to do a mixture of penny stocks. Look at the penny stocks that have got good fundamentals or good potential to the upside. Because what you are looking at is capital growth. And you are looking at long term. You are not looking at 1 month, not two
Yeah.
months, not three, not 6 months. It's money you want to invest for a capital good that you go and sit down and watch it
Yeah.
grow over time. And even if you have more, put in.
Yeah.
So I would say three. And out of those three, I would say do at least one of them should be a penny stock. Penny stock,
Wow.
when you're talking about penny stock in Nigeria are stocks that are less than 10 naira. Those are penny stocks. Once
Yeah.
it starts crossing over 10 naira, it's no longer penny stock. So once it is less than 10 naira, they've got good fundamental and check properly. Is it at a nice support? Check there is a support. You may say, oh, you don't know what a support is here, a bit of technical analysis. Trading view is there. You can check trading, but I won't go too much into that. I'll leave that to Micah to mention that a bit. But you want to look at the 52 weeks. If you and that's one of the beauty of having a proper stock brokerage account. They will show you the 52-week high and the 52-week low. So when you
Yeah.
see the high and low, because when I started initially, that's what I did. I was using
Yeah.
that crude method until I now had a better understanding to do technical analysis, looking at fundamentals and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
look at 52-week and 52-week low, look at the difference, look at it
Yeah.
that, okay, is that possibility for growth? Try to look at their financial statements, even if you don't go too deep. Look at what they have done the previous years and the year before that. Then you
Yeah.
can now decide on what to do. Then you can now go in. But to answer your question straight, frontally, do not do more than three. If you are a
Yeah.
beginner with 150K, you want to spread it across. But if you have very high risk appetite, I mark that very high. There is not one that you go and buy a stuff. For instance, like when I bought a Calgary and then it dumped on me, went to minus
Yeah.
32%. The world didn't end. I didn't. I
I'm
left it
telling you.
until it came back.
Yeah.
Exactly. The one thing here, just leave it because that's what you call investment for a long term. So if you're doing a long term, if you are very brave that you know that, yeah, then you can now look at one that is very solid with solid fundamental with more potential to the upside because there are two different things for a stock to be solid and then upside potential. Some can be solid, but they are solid because they have grown over time. So they are not there's no more room for expansion for them, but they
Yeah.
could be churning you dividends. Me personally, I'm not a dividend person. In as
Oh,
much as
okay.
I'm a long-term investor, but I love capital growth.
I
So
mean,
dividend to
I'm not
me is by
surprised.
design.
I'm not really surprised you don't like dividends. Why? Especially in the Nigerian market, because I mean, most stocks in Nigeria that pay dividends, dividends do not beat it. If both devaluation and inflation, especially inflation, I think
Yes,
inflation now is around
God bless
18%,
you.
and most dividend stocks are maybe
Yes,
6 to 10%, or highest I've seen 12% or
yes,
15%. So I
exactly.
understand.
But
I
when
understand your
when you
bias.
look at the capital growth, when you start
Yeah.
seeing 100%, 200%, 300%, 500%, even the inflation, even if the inflation is doing press up, it will do press up for the rest of its life to eat into 300% capital growth or profit 500%. You just look and be laughing and be smiling. People will not understand what's happening. So yeah, that's my
Yeah.
take on that. Don't do
Yeah.
more than three if you want to split them, say 50-50 or whatever, because and you still pay charges. So you may actually need more than that 150K that you said, not more than three, but depending on your risk appetite as well. But I'll not leave it to Micah for Micah's own opinion. But that's the way I see it. Do not go beyond three because then it will not make sense any longer. And I think I've shared my story of what's it called of WAPIC and WAPIC
Yeah. In the
now
past. Yeah.
combination insurance. I'll say after you've in the past I've done that. I'll mention it again just for the benefit of people here. But I'll let you respond to this before I say that.
Okay.
Okay, I yield the floor to you back, Micah.
Okay. So for me personally, I also buy into the idea of not buying more than three. In fact, the money I've already splitted itself. There are 50,000 naira in one company, another 50K in
Mhm,
another. And so when it comes to the
mhm.
different companies, I'll say the 50K, the first 50,000 naira should be for capital appreciation, right? So what you want to do is to look for maybe penny stocks or companies that are undervalued, and the potential for you to gain from capital appreciation is high. And I'll say you should be more risky. Like you should not be risk averse with the first 50,000. So you're looking for stocks that can do 300%, like 200%, right? And then the second 50K should be for, and that first 50K should be for maybe more like trading, yeah, more of like trading. But if the stock you're looking at or doing research around can do 50-100%, and that 100% is likely going to take a longer time frame, then it's fine. But the first 50K should be for risk taking and just in one company, and should be short term. Then the second 50K should be for long term investments, right? And these are basically stocks you can actually do your dollar cost averaging out at. So if you put in the 50,000 naira into the long-term portfolio, if you have money maybe in the future, spare cash and all that, you can decide to still put in extra money into that particular portfolio. Then the second 50K, me, I still like dividends in as much as I know it doesn't beat inflation, but I still like a situation where money is coming in from my investments, right? So I'll still say the second 50,000 naira should be for a stock that pays dividends, even though you're not going to see much capital appreciation from. And especially because the person that is asking this question also is sounding like a beginner. And I think they should get used to the fact that investing is not all about quick gain. It's all about being patient and knowing that aside from capital appreciation, you can make money from dividends. So I would say the person should also use that second the third 50,000 naira to pursue dividend. The 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 second 50K should be for capital appreciation, but for long-term stocks. And then the first 50K should be maybe short-term for trading or long-term, but let the potential, the ROI, be very, very massive. Like let it not be something that you're doing 30% or 30% is not like it's not bad or it's not big, but let it be something that even if you lose your money, I mean, it's fine. You still have your 100K one in that is in long term, and the other 50K. You have your 100K one in which is like 50K in long term and then 50K in dividend yielding stocks. And then when it comes to the researching or trying to find stocks for the first 50K, which is for your risk taking, I would say you should you should look for penny stocks. Example, Ella Leaks. These are stocks that have the potential to turn 15,000 naira to 500k, 300k. Big money. And these are stocks that I know that Ella Leaks is long term, right? But is a stock that can literally make you money. But in terms of short term, you are looking at the likes of Owando, which is for trading, because you're basically trading. So you have to look for when Owando is at at a good support level, which is when it's below the price, below the price it has usually been at, like the lowest price it has been at before it went high. So we want to look for stocks around that region, the likes of Owando, which have like a little bit of volume and value traded that you can enter and quickly exit. And I think that 50k is just for also learning. It is going to teach you a lot of things. You learn how to lose money, you learn how to make money. And then the other one is just for, like I said, one for dividend yield, which you learn how to like make money from companies actually paying you instead of looking for capital appreciation. And then the middle 50k is for knowing how to be more of like a long-term investor rather than like a trader. So that is just my own answer. I hope that makes sense to whoever asked the question. And Bami, I don't know, do you agree with me?
100%, 100%. I do
Okay.
agree with you. 100%. Yeah,
Okay. So that's
that's a
fine.
good one.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm.
So have you heard of this company, multi trace? I don't think I've multi something, multi Rex. I'm yet to see that company in the
Is it
market. Have you seen
multivite,
that?
multiverse, or multi-rex?
He said multi.
Multiverse or
I think it's multiverse is trying, because I've never seen multi trace in the market before. So
multi-trace.
uh,
I'm not aware of that.
okay. So let me see this question. Another one is asking, I know that APT securities and Sigma securities are very good. Okay. Do you know of APT securities? I'm yet to use them, but I mean someone is recommending them, so
No,
I
no,
know
I
it
don't.
might be okay. But I've heard good
No, I
things
don't know
about
that.
them.
No.
Okay. Um Someone asks, is Wapik a good buy? I mean, I think you invested in Wapik. Do you have anything to say in regards to that?
Okay, so we WAPIC. I think the last time I checked, it did drop a bit. So if it's below 3 naira, yeah, I think it's a good one. So also my story of WAPIC, I just want to say this to you to inspire someone. So
Yeah,
WAPIC, when I bought WAPIC, I bought WAPIC, and then that was when I was still trading or investing crudely. I'll just look at 52 weeks high, 52 weeks
yeah,
low, buy. And then when I bought, sometimes I'll just buy a bit there. Okay, I'll come back to come and buy more low. So I actually bought
yeah,
one pick that day and I forgot about it. I only bought maybe 18,000 naira worth of
yeah,
Wapik, now Coronation Insurance. It was Wapik then. I bought it and I left it. I forgot about it. I left.
yeah,
So when I came to sell, I sold my Wapik for 72,000 naira. I made a
yeah.
profit of 52,000 naira. So what that tells me is that I made a profit of over 270 something percent.
Oh wow,
And within
wow.
a very short, yes. And imagine if I had actually put in good amount
Not of
and
money,
like
yeah,
I bought it at 75 kobo. I bought it at 75
yeah,
kobo and I sold it when it was,
yeah,
I sold for 2 naira,
yeah.
97 kobo.
Wow,
So you can see. So I only put in
yeah.
18 naira. So like I'm only saying this just to encourage someone
That's
that
crazy.
there is indeed money. Very crazy, brother. You can say that again. There's still money in NGX. If you know
Yeah,
what you are doing, just be very careful and do your due diligence. Don't be quick to pull the trigger. Do your due
yeah,
diligence. Aim very well before you pull the shots. Don't just pull
yeah,
trigger. Understand what you are doing. Look into it properly. Now there's no excuses anywhere. You've got Uncle Kugu, you've got grandfather AI. You
yeah,
can actually prompt those stuff and they will analyze stuff for you and then you can look in between. And yeah, so you can see there's nothing that is too small for you to actually invest. If I invested just 18,000 naira on a stock, and by the time I came to sell, I was taking profit of 52,000 naira. I sold it at 72. It was doing over 273% when I
wow,
sold it. So you can imagine. And even if I'd left it, it would have even done much better because it rose from there up to three there or something. And I think the last time I checked it, some point this week, it dropped down a bit to below three naira. So if one wants to keep an eye, but depending on what you are doing, I just look at their books because I sold them
Yeah.
after selling. I just moved on. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not so quick to sell
Yeah.
like I used to, Micah, because
Yeah.
not on Wapik now, but I'm talking about Vitafoam,
Yeah.
Vitafoam and Guinness. My Guinness, I probably bought Guinness for probably for something, if I'm not mistaken, for something or thereabout. When I sold it, I sold it at probably 80 something or 90 something. Look at
Yeah.
Guinness today. Guinness is doing 170 something. It's even close to 180 at the point. Vitafoam, another annoying one. I bought my Vitafoam at, and I sold everything. That was why it was annoying for me. So Vitafoam, I bought Vitafoam at 20 something there. I held it. I sold Vitafoam when Vitafoam got to probably around maybe 40, 40 between, no, it couldn't have been 40. I probably would have sold it at 50 some, between 50 something and 60 something naira. Vitafoam has risen up to 92 naira,
Yeah.
fluctuating somewhere in between. So you need to just, and then I didn't have a plan of holding long or even as an investor. I was just doing wishy-washy, to be honest. I just sold at that point because I said, oh, I'm holding too much stocks and they sometimes go down. That, oh, let me just take profit, let me just sell and move on.
Yeah.
Even if you want to sell probably a quarter or a half, keep the remaining. Even when it drops, do not be bothered. You've taken profit already, just leave it there. And that's what's
Yeah.
happening with my Calvary. I took a bit of profit with Calvary, and then I left it. Even Okomo, I took profit at some point with Okomo. I took profit, and like I said, I bought my Okomo at 160 something, 150 something, 53 or so. Yeah, 153. And then I took profit when Okomo probably got to between 500, either 500 or 600. Look at where Okomo is today. Imagine if I've left everything, I didn't take profit. It could go the other
Yeah.
way around. It could go down as
Normal.
well.
Normal.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
just have a plan and then stick to your plan and then just make things happen. That's what I would say about that. No amount is too little for you to invest, so long as you are investing in the right stock and you are looking
Yeah.
at it. When you want to invest, break it into segments: banking
Yeah.
sector, production, insurance. You are looking at agriculture, and the good thing for agriculture these days, they are exempted from this tax. So the profit is about for them to happen. So that's that bit. When you break it into sectors, you now look at the ones that are doing well. What are their numbers? What are they doing? The ones that are not doing so well now, look at what their
Yeah.
issues are. And then you have telecoms as well. You break it into their sectors. When you break it there, you'll be able to see it. Consumer, you look at it from the consumer's perspective. That's where it will make sense to you. So Unicell now, Unicell is doing all what it's doing. Another one that does what Unicell does is what's it called? Qtix. Qtix
Yeah.
does exactly the same thing Unicell is doing. And Qtix is selling for just three naira something. Is actually retracting into support right now as we speak for Qtix. So that's another thing to keep an eye, because if Unicell can rally that way and they're in the same sector, then you can tell what will happen. And we've seen that even in the cement industry, the way Dangote cement rallied, the way what's it called,
Wow. Wow.
Wako rally and Bua.
Yeah.
Bua was sitting at 70 something. Even this year, for a very long time, 70 something, 70 something. Look at Bua rallied up to 170, even pushing 180. At the moment, it's
Yeah.
done already over 100%.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye, do your due diligence, and you'll be smiling at the end of the day. You will be. Because even like some of my stocks, I actually did an evaluation a while ago. Generally, okay, some are down, some are up, but how majority of those are up are more than the downs. When I look at one of my portfolio, I saw that I'd already done 100%. That's aggregates on aggregate as a general. If I choose out of annoyance to sell everything, I
Yeah.
am
It's
100% up. which is
I
higher
get.
than inflation. You see where I'm coming from? So just look
Yeah.
at those peaks. Take, and don't wait
Yeah.
until you have big money before you buy.
I
Buy
think that's.
gradually. It builds up
I think.
over time.
Yeah. I totally
Go on,
agree
Micah.
with you. I think that's one of the problems many people face. I'll not just use the word beginners because even people that have been investing for a long time or like know about investing, I'll not say that I've been investing, but know about investing. They are waiting for when they have big capital, but they don't know that. I mean, there's also power in starting small and then building up your capital base as time goes. So that's just it. But I mean, we have already spent 2 hours and 25 minutes here, and I think you spent almost more than half
Hello.
an hour with me. So I really appreciate once in a while you coming on and sharing your thoughts.
Oh, thank you so much, Micah.
We have really spent a
Thank you
lot
so
of
much
time.
for
And
giving us
thank you so much.
the opportunity to tap
Yeah,
from your knowledge. We really
yeah. Thank you,
appreciate that. Thank you so much, Micah.
thank you so much, Bami, for also coming to share your wisdom. I mean, I really appreciate. I really do appreciate. So we might have to
Oh,
call it
not
a
at
day,
all.
but next time we'll have
That's
another live
fine.
session. But yeah, so thank you so much,
All right.
Bami, for joining. Yeah,
All right.
have a
And thank you
wonderful.
so much, Micah. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yeah. So, guys, we are going to call it a day. There are some questions that are yet to be answered, but I mean, we have spent 2 hours here. Let me go live maybe later this month when I've settled down, or then I'll be able to answer some of the other questions that I was not answered. Someone you can also message me on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram. Um, I'll be able to also respond to. I try my best to respond to messages that make sense on Instagram. So send me a message on Instagram. If you send me a message on Telegram, it's difficult for me to respond on Telegram because I get a lot of messages on Telegram. So send me a message on IG, I'll respond. And check out Afrimetrics. Afrimetrics is a tool we are working on to make tracking your portfolio and researching. Because when people have been asking me how do I research, so check out Afrimetrics.com. Join the wait list. We are still working on the product. Um, yeah. So do have a wonderful evening and weekend, guys. And like I always like to end my videos in day. You're not on IG, Chioma. Okay. I mean, I don't know how best. I'll try and respond to you on Telegram. I just hope I'm able to see your message because when people send me messages on Telegram, even bots, I will see. I'll try and look for a message. Yeah. So bye, guys. Like I always end in day. uh,